That's fair. Also, hi, Justin. Oh, wait, fuck. Oh, fuck, no. Hi, Pat. Bye, Pat. Oh, okay, we're getting violent. Give me a second. It looks like Discord audio is not being picked up right now. Someone try talking? Motherfucker.
Ooh, actually, this music works good. Where's the music channel?
Alright, Discord's coming through now. We should be good to go.
Oh, delightful.
Are you sure?
Are you sure, Mr. Krabs?
Yes, I'm watching the volume slider go up and down as inputs come from you guys.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Justin. Adoop.
I want to see. I'm just trying to get the music I want to play actually playing.
No.
I think it is. There we go.
That's not allowed.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do things that
Boys not allowed. Get the fuck out.
Fuck out. Yeah, boys. Not.
All right.
Oh, I
Session over, I guess.
And I
Welcome
will just
on.
carry this session.
I forgot
Can you
that
hear
I'm
your
at
voices?
I'm at a whopping 3 hit points right now.
Hey,
Yeah, because
well,
you were basically killing yourself.
I was
Can't relate.
trying to
Bit.
I was trying to dodge the enemy attacks. It's just it rarely worked.
yeah, perhaps finding a better pilot in the future, somebody who doesn't kill themselves doing so, would be beneficial. But in the meantime, actually, you might actually have a better pilot today. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hello, Justin. Welcome back. You haven't been here in some time,
I have not.
but that's
No
okay.
clue what's happening.
Because you were not here for the last session, were you?
No, I wasn't here for a couple sessions actually.
So the last session they played is
No,
when
he was there. Remember, he came in and said time is broken.
Was that the one
So-
before?
It was the one before. The last session was we spent the entire session working with the new ship rules that I made.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody else has had a chance to kind of play test those a little bit. It's been a little while, so whenever that comes up next, we'll kind of have a little crash course on it. I'm probably going to change some things in that time, but it kind of worked. It did kind of work. I think that was the general consensus of it. It was all right, and considering I didn't know what I was doing, I did an okay job with it. So
No, I liked him as a first draft, and I think we gave you our feedback on like minor things to change.
yeah, it was a good alpha version. I know the big thing is right now I need to rework the first mate, but that's okay because Pat's not even here. So, so Justin, what is the last thing you remember?
The last thing I remember is us gating away from the big monster things. The
Okay. Yep.
yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like,
So yes, you
getting
were
people
here for
onto
the
the ship.
You were here for the second to last session, not the last session. So in the last session, the party boarded their ship, which I don't know if I think somebody told you it's a flying fish model ship. So it's this big winged airship, wings flapping about through space. They took off, and they were chased down by 2 other ships. One of them was an air elemental Shrike ship, which is a ship that looks like a bird that can fire lightning bolts out of its beak. And the other one was a warpish death disc, which is this big stone disc that has these big black necrotic lasers it fires out of it. And by managing to scrounge the crew together between the ballista and the mangonel, the crew managed to destroy both ships. However, because I was just testing it out and I was not tracking it, I am going to say that you have nearly what's the word I'm looking for? Expunged all of the ammo on the ship. There weren't that many mangonel stones. There weren't that many ballista bolts. You guys used just about all of them to wreck those other 2 ships, but I believe Zach was piloting at the
Yes.
time. Yeah. So
Ollis was piloting.
yes, and since you were able to wreck both of those ships and get far enough away from them, the ship launched itself into astral speed, which is, which I'm using as this setting's version of like warp speed or hyperspace from Star Wars. So what that basically means is your ship right now is going super fast by rapidly switching between the material plane and the astral plane, and that kind of allows the ship to move at really far distances in a fairly short amount of time. The only thing is, when you launched, you didn't really have a specific location in mind, so you guys are just kind of, you picked the nearest open way that the ship was able to calculate and just launched. You have no idea where you're going. And that is where we pick up this session, and I feel like I should probably have like a map of the ship on here. I also realized, even though it's a hex map, I think I actually can do that. Give me a second, and I will see if this works. But that is where the session picks up, is you guys are currently rippling through, like, at astral speed, and it almost kind of looks like if you've ever seen Star Wars, when they launch to hyperspace and all the stars kind of come flying at them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
does
I've never
start
seen
out-
it.
Star Wars.
It does
Yeah,
kind of start out like that, but after a while, like after a couple seconds, that stops, and you are kind of. It almost looks like you're going through a tunnel of swirling. Like it's non-reflective, but there's kind of this almost watery, silvery energy that ripples in a full 360 degrees, like around you, but not in front of you. So it's almost like, but the walls of the tube are made of like silver water. It's a truly bizarre experience that none of you have ever seen anything like before.
All right. Apologies because it has been a while. I don't remember many names, but I'm gonna call out to our bird person. Oi, sorry, Meg. What's your character's name again?
It's Russell.
It's
Russell.
literally in the bottom left.
Yeah, but it's
Right,
okay.
I
Reading's
forgot.
hard.
I forgot that that's a thing that Foundry does.
It's okay. Reading's hard, Zach.
Oi, Russell. You said you could do some navigation before we got into the fight. Do you know where we're going?
I have to say, I am not certain how this ship is working. I am not certain, where the fuck we are, and I am not certain any of us will live, but I will certainly do my rootin' tootin' best. And Russell is just frantically rubbing his feathers together, trying to figure out a way to navigate this ship. Am I steering it all, or like...
Nope.
I'm the
Okay.
pilot. I think you're, like, mapping it out.
Okay, so do I have like my star map out right now? Can I like take that out and like be able to know a general area that we can go to, or like...
You can absolutely get it out, and if you want to make some kind of check with that you can. Is there anything in particular what are you looking for? You know where the stars are in the sky.
Yeah, I'm more looking for like, can I tell a safe place for us to land at this point in time?
So here's the thing. You've looked up into the sky at the stars. You've never been to them.
Yeah, exactly. So with my infinite knowledge of the stars, like, I'm just imagining that I would have some idea of like maybe symbols in the stars that would let us know a safe place for us to land. Like, I imagine that there are like astrological signs for safety, and that I suppose is what I am looking for.
You can give me an Arcana check. Also, I'm trying to get... If the stars have given you signs in the past, but directing you in space is something you've never had to use them for. There are certainly constellations that are said to represent like gods of protection and like things like that. but you wouldn't know if going to that star would actually be safe. This is kind of foreign territory.
So in that case,
Thank you for that.
friends, we're fucked.
Captain Yarga Dokavara would like to stumble down into the pilot's and navigator's deck and does a aye. And she takes a big swig of rum from her flask. Is like, pilots, where are you taking us?
Oh yeah, I'm not too
got it.
sure yet.
I got it. There's actually a ship now. You can, if you want, you can put tokens on it. There we go. Oh, it only took 20 tries.
I don't. Oh, there we are.
Wait, I'm not allowed. I can't move myself.
You can't?
Game is paused.
That's why.
Oh, just let me move my little crow person. He just wants a place to be. Boop.
Right now, I'm just taking a straight captain.
If we have no idea where we're going, I suppose anywhere is better than where we were. Where's the interloper on our ship?
The what?
Captain speaking. Crew meeting. As Yargan just sort of yells back to the top deck.
And you're just gonna hear kind of like resounding around the ship. I can still hear you, but I'm not going to leave the piloting bay. I'd rather we not just immediately crash.
Captain.
Yes.
I am regretting to inform you that the ship appears to have sustained damage to many major systems. If we continue at this speed, I fear we will be pulled out of this. Oh, out of astral speed.
I would prefer if
Automaton.
that didn't happen.
Automaton, do you know a safe place for us to stop?
And you can see it kind of stops, and you can hear the sounds of gears grinding, and its eyes the little eyebrows kind of shift to a sad expression, and it goes, "My memory has been wiped."
Oh.
Yarga is gonna like pull out her flask of rum and like offer it to the automaton and say, "Do you need some mind lubrication?"
Oh, wait, thank you, sir. And it takes the flask of rum, pops open the top of its head into the, it looked like a hat, and it pops open. You can see all these winding gears and mechanisms that open up, and it just pours it down into there. And you can see some, steam starts to come out, and it caps it, hands it back to you, and goes, "Extra lubricated now. Thank you. Unfortunately, I'm worried that we're still going to perish in the cold blackness of space."
Yo, interlooper. Where's a safe space? Do you know charts?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Where can we bring you? Do you know any locations that we could pop out of astral speed?
I've been on the Titanica for ages, and What about what that thing said back on the Titanica? The creature.
Creature. He talked about some city. What name was it? Also known as me trying to look through the
Wait.
notes on the character.
How would you know that? You weren't there.
Jack tells me everything.
I've never actually seen you two in the same room, though. Are you... And he kind of looks around. You a telepath?
And I'm just gonna respond in his head and say, yes.
And you can see his eyes kind of go wide. He goes, "Oh, God Gods be damned, another one? Oh, God, I hate when you all do that. Just stay out of my mind if you can use regular words, please.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to use detect thoughts for free as my once-a-day action.
Actually,
Yeah.
so you use detect thoughts, and are you just listening for anybody's thoughts?
I will try to key in on him to see if he's leaving any details out.
In his mind, you hear freaking telepaths. I guess it beats being dead, though.
And in Betsy's head, you just hear,
Um,
ooh.
but well, yeah, I think that whatever that creature was that was talking to you, didn't it say something about Cygnus?
Cygnus, is that a city?
Not that I would know of. However, can Russell give me an Arcana check with advantage?
Ooh, oh boy.
Russell, already having the star map out, is able to tell you the answer because Cygnus is not a city, it is a constellation.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bitches. I mean, fuck yeah, bitches. Now that away.
Pilot.
He points his little feather.
Yes,
into-
Captain.
Heed the Russell's directions. We're going to Cygnus.
Very well. Russell, can you guide me? I've figured out how to move this thing, but I don't know where Cygnus is.
Oh, of course, it's one of my favorite constellations. Ooh. Do I have to do anything else?
So you gaze to the sky looking for Cygnus, the also known as the goose, and you don't see it because you don't see any stars. It's just that silvery, shimmering, rippling void that surrounds you.
Oi, give me a second, and I'll bring us down to the traveling speed, whatever's just under, like, the warp astral speed.
And so as you begin to bring it down, everybody hears an explosion. And that echoes throughout the entire ship, and the little autonome comes kind of toddling up to the captain and goes, Captain, it appears the problems I had seen previously are here, but there is good news.
Give me the good news first.
If the explosion gets bigger, it is a quicker death than suffocating in space.
I'm just gonna sort of pull out a cigarette and then shake my head, put it back, then pull back the flask of rum back out, take a swig, and just look back at him. And then I'm gonna turn over to whoever's nearest to me and just say, "Do we have a way to keel haul this gnome?"
There is a second explosion after you say that, and everybody lurches forwards, and the ship comes to a dead stop.
Well, at least you should be able to see the stars now.
Oh dear, oh dear.
What's going on down here?
Pilot, what was that?
I brought us down to cruising speed so that our navigator could see the stars. Seems coming out of astral speed, triggered some malfunctions from the damage we sustained in the battle earlier.
I did tell you all this ship was ready to get scrapped. It had some problems that we figured were not worth trying to fix, but Captain, I think we might have a problem.
Yes.
And you can see the other captain, the guard, who is standing on the deck of the ship, just kind of points upwards.
I look up.
Oh boy.
There are no stars. Instead, all around you, you see this shimmering, whitish silver expanse. and you can see in the distance it almost looks like clouds kind of drift by, but they are silver.
Can I tell
Are we
what
playing
the
it side?
is?
Anybody on the ship can give me an Arcana check.
Could I take it with advantage?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm decent at those, but I have no fucking clue what's going on.
Well, our captain apparently does.
Somebody didn't roll.
I didn't because she would have no clue.
Justin, I want you to roll too.
I'm not on the ship, am I?
Yeah, you are. Oh,
Yeah, you
yeah,
are.
you are.
You blink back in at the beginning of the session.
So, yeah, like,
That's
as you guys are kind of looking around, you realize that, Horace, your turtle, has seemed to have disappeared, but Caleb is here.
Oh, I'll come back.
When Caleb like first pops back, Yarga's gonna pull out the gun and then just do like a sigh and then like flip it and put it back in and say, "Ah, which one are you?"
Hello,
He's better than the
Good
turtle.
Hey, I like the turtle.
Justin, give me
I
an Arcana
am
check
the
with
time
advantage,
guy.
quick.
Why does he get advantage? Bro, grumble, grumble, grumble.
Because this is something he's seen before. So this actually happens pretty much like as the ship breaks out of astro speed and kind of ends up here. That's around when people notice, hey, Horus is gone, and then Caleb just kind of appears in this. There's a spiraling vortex of energy in the deck of the ship, and Caleb steps out of it, looks around. Caleb immediately recognizes where he is, and as the captain does too. Your ship stopped on the wrong side. You're in the astral plane.
Oh,
Oh dear, oh me, oh me, oh my.
Oh, this is not good.
Oh dear, oh
Anyone
me,
know
oh my.
how to navigate the ship? We need to get out of here quickly.
Well, right
I
now
don't
the
know.
ship won't move.
And I don't know how to navigate it, but I have been.
The teleporting man is correct. I think we should leave quickly.
Calcifer, with me. The engines, we gotta repair them now.
Captain, is this your only ship?
Someone keel haul this damn gnome. As I sort of like start stumbling on back to the engines with Calcifer.
Did anybody take points in mechanic?
No, no, I'm a bird.
Lizzie, are you next to the gnome?
I'm the bosun.
yeah.
So the auto gnome looks to you and goes, "Excuse me, ma'am. This is the only ship in your fleet, correct?"
Why, I do reckon it is. But do you think maybe you could show me? You know, I got these tools here, and maybe I could jerry rig something to make it work.
I fear I am more concerned with whoever that is then, and he points over the deck of the ship.
To what?
Give me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, there's another ship.
You can't make out any details, but you can see that off in the distance there is what looks like another ship, and it looks like it might be coming towards you.
Don't worry, guys. It only has 24 hit points.
Oh no, he's pointing at Horus just floating off into space.
No, it is definitely a ship.
Oh.
Ah, yeah, that probably ain't good news.
Can Calcifer try repairing, like, the engines?
You can, however, I'm going to check one thing real quick. Oh! Okay.
I'm gonna also go by the and see what's going on with them.
Did anyone write down what we put in what skills? by chance?
I am Helmsman 3, Galley Officer 2.
I'm all in for navigator.
Oh, what are these skills you guys are talking about?
Oh, it was the weird ship stuff we were doing.
Yeah,
It
so
should be
oh, yeah,
pinned
Justin,
somewhere in the warp.
Yeah, so Justin,
Yeah.
if you go to the journal tab, there is all of the rules I wrote for spell jamming, and there are roles in there, and you can basically spec into each role. So I think everybody has how many points?
You have
What would
5
you
points,
like?
and you can go up
5.
to a maximum of 3 in any one skill at this point.
Yes. So if you so people were just specking into different things, into like different. They're kind of like extra class abilities that you can get.
And this is the officers' roles. Officer
Yep, and-
roles section, Justin.
So you will probably won't need to decide it for today, but pages 6 through 14 in that journal are the ones you're looking for.
Okey-doke.
And as the captain kind of comes over to where Adeline and the autognome are looking over the side of the ship, he kind of looks over his shoulder and goes, Captain!
We're repairing the engines. What is it?
We have to go faster. And he points over to the side of the ship and goes, do you know what that is?
No.
Githyanki Raider.
Oh, fuck.
And a big one. They don't take prisoners, Captain.
Batten down all the hatches. Let's go. Combat positions. Bozy, get those engines up. And I'm just gonna
This-
start like going around directing everyone.
And this is the start of the skill challenge.
Okay.
So, I told you, this isn't a combat session. It's a skill session.
Well, it might be a
So-
combat session if we fail.
I think if we fail, we're dead, Zach.
Hey, I've got 3 hit points and I'm not afraid to use them.
So you are trapped in the astral sea right now, and something on your ship has broken. You do not know what. You need to get it back into the material plane before this Githyanki galleon catches up to you. If they
Alright.
catch you before you have a chance to leave, Tantalus, the human that's with you, he tells you they are like, the good news is that they probably won't wreck the ship because they're going to board you. The bad news is they don't take prisoners.
Can I, if we're starting the skill challenge right now, can I retroactively say I went and healed the pilot?
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
So,
I
let me open my rules because this is something I should probably put in here. But
Ooh.
I did write up rules
Thank you.
for skill challenges. So,
Sorry,
I'm-
Zach.
Hey, no,
let me do this.
that now goes from me not being able to cast any spells to me being able to cast 1 spell.
So,
not.
if you guys want to roll initiative, just so we can have an order to the skills, while I look for the document I wrote. Here we go. Skill challenge rules. I could probably turn this into a journal thing, realistically. You know what? Let me see if I can do that. I might be able to do this really quick. If I just copy and paste it, and then I'll do it again for my other group instead of having it in the create journal entry, name, skill, challenge,
Well,
rules.
if I'm going last, that changes what I would want to do. But Hollis, you wouldn't happen to have detect magic as a spell, would you?
I
No, not prepared.
Ah.
I do.
See, my thought was, as a diagnostic, basically, someone runs around to each system using detect magic and see which one is fucked
Well,
up, since they can see
okay.
the magic
What?
going in
Yeah,
and out.
I was already gonna do something similar, depending on what Vinny says.
So, I just posted, there is a new journal, everybody should be able to look at it, that has all of the rules I use for skill challenges. Anyway, if anybody has forgot how they work, or if you want a definitive thing, if there's a question about things in the future, this is what I will be referring to, unless we need to change something and I fuck something up.
I'm gonna cry about it.
You should cry about it. It's in the rules, so you're allowed. So right now, I will tell you that it is you will fail on 3 failures. You only need 6 successes to pass. However, there is a catch.
Hmm?
A failure increases the number of successes you need. The
Okay.
first one doesn't. The first one is free. The
Okay.
second failure will bump it up to 7. You need 7 successes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Because that's to represent that, like, you've ballsed it up so bad, you're actually making it harder for everybody else to do their
Okay.
jobs. So don't screw up.
So, question.
Delightful.
Can I still use my actions to do something like cast a spell like enhance ability on someone else?
Absolutely, yeah. You can absolutely do that. It's not a combat. You can use whatever you have at your disposal. It's just the skills are kind of the focus. But if you have something else that can substitute, because most casters do, that's totally viable. In some cases, if you're willing to burn the spell slot, it might just constitute an automatic success.
So, proposal. I want to try using detect magic to go around finding it if people want me to.
Well, we do have an
Go
order,
first.
right?
Yeah.
Because I have something that I would
In
like
the
to do.
rules, we can choose,
So
but
yeah,
if
you
someone
can.
else has an idea, they can do it first.
So
Yeah,
I
I was
have an
gonna say-
idea that might not burn that spell slot because I'm hooked into the. I've got the spell jamming helm on. So what I was gonna ask is see if I can use the arcana of being tied into this thing, my connection with the ship that is going on, to be able to sense the places that are most dire and be able to direct people towards that.
So okay, so I would say the first roll that would be 2 different things. Sensing the problem is going to be one. Directing people around is going to be the other.
That's fine. So first,
So do you want to try and identify it first?
it's going to be hard to direct people to things I don't know what the things are.
I think that's actually a pretty reasonable assumption. So, if that is the case, what skill would you like to use?
Since this is my arcane tie to the ship, I was thinking Arcana.
Arcana's totally fine. And so this is a roll. Anybody would be able to do this roll. The fact that you are the spelljammer and you are connected to it and it's kind of a piece of you gives you advantage on the roll.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I'm literally tied to this thing. It is like an extended body part right now. 18.
So there you are able to pretty, like, as you kind of feel it, it's almost like trying to diagnose something to your doctor, because you can feel the parts of it that are wrong. You just need to be able to put that into words, and eventually you are able to figure out what it is. So it's a couple different things, but primarily, let me just make sure I'm reading all my stuff correctly. So it is there are that is preventing you really from moving efficiently right now, and there appears to be a pretty severe issue with the necromantic coils, the ones that control the ship's connection to the astral plane.
Okay. Evocation engine and necromantic coils. Got it.
Yes, and that is 1 pass. So you have 1 out of the 6 you need right now, and that is Hollis's turn though. Which brings it to Caleb next, unless you want to defer.
What can I do? Sorry. You know, I'll defer. I'll defer until the captain.
All right, then Brian, Calcifer will be going next.
Yes. I Zach has not told me what is broken.
Spent all turn diagnosing it. I couldn't really say it yet.
Yeah. I could detect magic, but then I'd be out of first level spells. Other than like the 5 that I get 1 use per day.
You could defer.
Oh yeah, is that something I can do?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody has to go for the round to end, but you can
Yeah.
really go whenever you want. So if you want to push it back,
I'll defer to the end past the captain. To the very
okay.
end.
Then Russell will go next, and I also, because Meg, you have run through these before. We did these in Star Wars, so you kind of remember how this works, right?
Vaguely. It's been like many moons, Vincent.
It has.
So it's kind of like a combat, but instead of making attack rolls and things and casting spells, you have to use your skills. So like
Yeah.
things like medicine,
Yeah.
perception, stuff like that. But it's up to
Yeah.
you to decide how to use them. The skill you choose to use will change what the DC is and any effects on the roll, and what you choose to do with it will also affect it. So
Okay,
like there's
so
yeah, what do you want to do?
guess my main question is, I know that we're like in the astral plane, and I
Yup.
can't really see the stars.
There's
Is there
no stars.
any way, I know, is there any way that I could feel the stars to at least guide us in the direction that we have to go for when we are out of the astral plane, so that when we're out of it, we are in a safe place? If that makes sense.
What skill would you want to use for that? Or you could also use a spell if you have spells available.
Let me look. I have a 4th level spell. Hold on. None of them would really be of help right now.
Because what I'm willing to say is this is probably going to be something intelligence or memory based, because what you're basically asking is, can I remember the position we were in before we... Because you know that when you jump to astral speed, you were just going in a straight line. So if you can remember the position that the stars were in before you jumped, you could probably reorient it. The question is, what skill do you want to use for that? If you have one you prefer that you think would fit, I'm open to suggestions.
Maybe could I roll nature with advantage?
I would say most things you're going to roll here will not have advantage. So it's just a matter of which skill do you want to use.
Okay.
Nature would work. If you have a high bonus to nature, I would say. So you want to do a nature roll then to see if you
Yes.
I vaguely remember where the stars were. When we come back out, what direction will they be in?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
The DC was 15 for that. That was
Good
a little
job,
bit. It was
Russell.
a little. That one was hard because you were using like nature. The DC was to reflect your memory. It was how well you could remember it. So it was harder than some of the other checks. You just barely remembered the position of the stars, and you kind of align your map, and you kind of know. So now, when you guys are ready to go, you will be able to just go and get the fuck out of here. So that'll speed things up. 2 passes. Which brings it to
That's right.
Addie's turn.
We can't hear you.
Me.
Ah.
Now I
Sorry.
hear her.
That was something.
Okay. So wait. Can someone explain to me a little bit more why we would use detect magic? Because I have it, and I have first level spell slots to use.
It would mainly
were
be
trying-
so that. Sorry, go ahead.
Go
Oh.
ahead.
You probably explain it better.
To figure out where the problem was.
Yeah.
But Zach already figured it out. We just need to communicate that to everyone else.
Yeah, so if you can just not fuck up 3 times this round, I'll be able to communicate it out next round.
That's fair. Okay. So can she go down? Or actually, she's gonna go over to the. Well, she's already next to the automaton, or she was. She's gonna stay next to the automaton. And she's gonna once again ask them like she's gonna pull out some of her leather working tools and be like, well, do you think one of these could maybe fix up one of those problems we have down there? Because, I'm pretty handy with them.
The little automaton just kind of looks over, shrugs to you, and says, "If the sails are ripped, maybe."
Great.
Automatic failure.
Oh, no. Don't say that makes me
Okay,
so
she's
sad.
instead just gonna be like, well, that doesn't seem like it'll be helpful. So she's gonna kind of look out towards the ship in the distance, and try to best judge like how much time we have left, before they're coming. Like trying to kind of measure their rate of coming towards them. So I was gonna
So-
try to use perception to gauge our time better.
All right, you can absolutely do that, and you're in luck that because they're moving towards you, it's getting easier to do this roll. So let's see that perception check. Liz, you want to know something crazy?
Is it enough?
DC was 12.
Yes.
It was because
Oh.
I was planning it out for 3 rounds. It was gonna go down by 1 every time until it finally hit a 10 and then leveled off there. So I started at 12.
Yeah, she's kind of gonna like hold up her thumb and point her finger and like try to like measure how big it's becoming, and then be like, guys, we have about insert amount of time here until they come aboard.
Not long, maybe 30 seconds.
We got 30
Holy
seconds.
shit.
Let's get
This, so
here.
you notice this other ship is moving really fast, like faster than you would expect it to be moving.
Yeah, so she's just gonna call and be like, we gotta hurry it up, boyos.
All right, maybe
Isn't
not.
there
30,
also
maybe
an
like
isn't there also an issue where if they're too close, we can't warp?
yes. So
But
that's
yeah,
more
that's
what,
basically
that's
what
going to be
she's
the
gonna
bigger
do.
issue, is if that happens. They should be within like 500 feet for you for that to happen, which that's going to take them like that full, like I'll say a minute. It's going to take like a minute for them to get there.
If Russell could lay eggs, he would be laying eggs right now in despair.
All right, Connor, it's the captain's turn.
All right. I want to use investigation to basically go out and talk to first Zach and then a bunch of other people, figure out what's wrong, like see if they're detecting anything. I'm gonna like use my telepathic ability to like radio into the Bosun and be like, go here, this is what the problem is, and like try to do that speedily.
I don't know if that would be investigation though. That sounds like a charisma-based thing if you're trying to relay information between the pilot and the rest of the
Yes,
crew.
But what charisma skill would that be?
Persuasion?
I could say persuasion, because persuasion, I could use persuasion as like a means of how efficiently you can communicate something. So I'd be willing to say persuasion. You could also make the case for deception of how much you can dumb down the problem in the shortest number of words.
That is the same modifier for me. It's a +6.
I figured. So, is that what you want to do then?
I'll do deception then. See how much I can dumb down from the mage to the engineer. How I can translate from the magic person down to the engineer person.
Okay. Yeah, holy
Pretty
crap,
fucking
yeah.
good.
Oh, thank fucking
Easy
God.
pass. Easy pass. So you run up to him, and Hollis is sitting in this chair with all these red crystals glowing around him, and he tells you that the engine is having a problem, but the necromantic coils are the big one. That's the big issue.
I like to imagine I just walk down to Hollis and he's just like the necromantic coils had an overcharge of thaumatic energy going through the spigadoof, and the spigadoof is exploding. I just walk over down to what's Brian? Calcifer, and am just like translate to that. Yeah, we need to get like some duct tape over down to the engine over there, and you might need to bang it a few times.
Well,
Calcifer's just like, I forget how Calcifer sounds. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it
A
doesn't
long
matter.
Like a
time.
smoker.
I've been struggling with that all session. I do not remember what my accent is.
Yeah, it'll come back to me, but for now, Calcifer's just gonna go like, and that's exactly what Hollis said.
No, but I know how to repair it. You don't need to
should
know
be,
magic
yes.
theory to know how to repair an engine.
Yes, I think I can.
So, this is working out well. You've got 2 magic users next. You need 2 more passes, and you have 2 things broken. Who's doing what?
You guys know mending?
No.
I know mending, so if we end the round, I should go first. But also, I have mending plus plus.
Oh,
So, Brian and Justin, which one of you wants to go next?
so question, Brian. Would you have
Yeah.
means of repairing something? Was that
I'm
now,
the
like-
bosun, and I think like if you're on the ship, you can just try to repair something, right?
Tool skill.
Yes.
You could try tool skill.
So, some of you will get, because you have the bosun, your highest like skill is the bosun right now. You will have
Yep.
bonuses to repairing some things.
Excellent.
So I was
Yes.
gonna do is that I was gonna haste someone to get them to the spot they need to as quick as possible.
Oh.
And that could have me making multiple checks, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to do that, Calcifer will not stop you. 'Cause I could try repairing both things right now.
As
I will.
look over.
I will say,
Oh, sorry.
if you give Calcifer the haste, all repair checks he will make are going to be at advantage.
Okay.
To basically
As-
simulate that he can do things twice as fast. So, do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay, so that's not a pass. But now, Brian, whatever you're going to do, you have advantage on.
Okay. I was told that the necromantic coils are really fucked up.
Yes.
So I'm going to go to them first and try to use my Tinker's tools on them.
So when you go there and you find the coils, it's bad. It's real
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, it's
The,
bad.
Is it something like is it like a very fine like situation that like these tools would be good for, or like is it like a big thing that Smith's tools would be good for, or Tinker's tools? I'm an expert in many things. Like, do I know what would be best for this?
Tinker's tools probably could work.
Gotcha.
The biggest issue is you can tell there's a problem, that there's just smoke pouring out of this. You still don't entirely know what the problem is. You just know that it's here.
Right. I could use like basically, do I get like 2 attempts now that I have haste, or like 2?
It just gives you advantage. It gives you advantage. So
Gotcha.
the way I'm kind of rationing it out is you have advantage. It's not as big of a risk, but you can attempt to just try to fix whatever the problem is and get this patched up and going. Or if you find a second check you could to use, you could try to identify the problem, and that brings down the DC to actually repair it significantly.
Gotcha. I'm gonna ask you something. Calcifer is observant, and so his like passive perception is fucking through the roof.
Really? How high is it?
Do you know where to find that on this character sheet? I think it's like 21.
It's just 10 plus your perception bonus.
Gotcha.
Well, an observant lets you add your proficiency to it like twice or something.
Hold on.
Right?
Hold on. Okay, so it's +5. Okay, so my passive perception is 15. My passive investigation, which is included in observant, is 22. If that
Oh,
helps.
Jesus.
considering that, here's what I will do.
Yeah.
I will let you make both of those rolls, like one to because you're hasted, one to
Yeah.
identify, one to try and fix it, as part of the same action.
Gotcha. So, like, can I make an investigation check and then try to fix it?
Yes.
Gotcha. Is the investigation check normal?
Yes.
16, not bad.
Nice.
So you do find the problem.
Gotcha.
So these necromantic coils are kaput. They are shot. It looks like they were installed improperly or had broken over time. You don't even know how they were working in the first place. Mechanically, it is something you could fix. However, that's not the only problem.
Uh-huh.
They're completely drained. They need some kind of... It's almost like a dead battery. You need something to jumpstart it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to leave.
Is he able to communicate that with us?
I mean, I could get... I have a couple things that could give it a jump start, but I think I have to fix it first.
You're hasted. You're hasted. You can, yeah, I'd say you can communicate that. So you want to try and fix it? If you want to try and fix it, you can roll and then roll this at advantage.
Yes, so I think I will try to use the Tinker's tools to basically like get it to a get it back to being able to work, and then later try and jumpstart it.
You have brought the DC down, so let's see.
What is it? Just add my proficiency. So I think Tinker's tools, because that would use my intelligence, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's basically just the same as my Arcana check, because it's just it's just proficiency.
You don't have do you have expertise with the Tinker's tools?
No, I have expertise in stealth and deception.
Oh, okay.
So
Let's see what you got.
So this is Tinker's tools. It's just easier to roll this, and this is with advantage. 21.
Nice.
The mechanical issues are fixed. The necromantic coils are still empty. They need necromancy. You need some kind of necromantic magic to jumpstart them.
Gotcha.
But they're fixed.
I think yeah, I think it's my turn though, right?
Yeah, if you can supply that, it's fixed. That is your turn, and that's everybody. So now the initiative comes back. That galleon is getting a little bit closer, but now everybody goes again. So if you want, we can go in the same order, which brings it to Hollis first.
Sure. So now that I kind of feel that that's been fixed, and we also still have the evocation engine that needs to be fixed, this might be a little bit of a stretch, but since I'm wearing the helm and I can kind of like, because I know previously we said that I can like shout things basically across the ship, like anybody can hear me while I'm wearing that.
Yep,
I would like to, if possible, act as almost like a conductor, like of an orchestra, like guiding people along to the problems that I've now felt and what I know needs to be fixed with them. So would I be able to make a performance check for that? Or persuasion?
Persuasion would be better. If you're, I'd say persuasion would be better. Performance you can do, but it's a higher DC because you're stretching it out. You're stretching the meaning of that a little thin. But...
Yeah, I was thinking of it as like a conductor performing, but I get that, which is why I asked if it would be either. So, persuasion, normal roll?
Yeah. Yep. That's a pass.
So I'm like telling, like, Calcifer has the necromantic coils. They feel fixed, but drained of energy. The evocation engine still has problems. That needs mechanical pieces. Someone get over there. I'm just gonna, like, shout that out across the...
I think that was your 6th pass.
Was it?
We haven't failed, so...
So, yeah, I think every one of them has passed. You got real lucky with that 12 passing. But, so, I will say, you've passed. You will be able to escape. because so basically Hollis is able to tell you guys the engine is damaged, but it is in good enough condition that it can at least get you out of here, and then you can worry about it later. However, you still need to repower the necromantic coils. There's no skill checks needed. Somebody just has to be able to provide it, or you won't be able to go.
Pro.
I mean, isn't Caleb a necro?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
do
Caleb
it,
can-
buddy, old pal? Or your
Yeah,
favorite
Caleb can
old
try.
crow person?
I can give it my best. So is it Caleb's turn?
Caleb's
Right now?
going next. Sure. Yeah. What do you want to try?
So
Can I
Caleb
interject
is-
just for a moment?
Sure.
Sorry, I was muted and tried to say this, and then I fucked up. I'm not sure if this applies right here, but I did just successfully fix a piece of the ship. Does the fix it up perk
Sure.
apply?
Sure. Yeah. You can.
So,
you
okay,
can
so
repair the hull.
yeah.
So Caleb
Oh,
goes down to
Kevin.
into the belly of the ship where all the components are, and he sees that like Calcifer's at Mach speed repairing pieces, then just turns around and starts patching up parts of the hull too, just zipping all over the place because he's hasted. So Justin, what is Caleb doing?
Calcifer, where is the necromantic battery? I think I could power it up.
Here, and just go, I don't have that magic.
Just like
He
you
just
chug
kinda-
like 12 nitro cold brews.
So Caleb puts like his hand over the battery, and like his hand kind of like shrivels up and looks kind of like zombie-ish over it, and he casts Blight.
Oh,
Ooh.
I
Buddy, old
forgot. I
pal.
forgot about that thing. Yeah. So you can, and that so as you kind of grip that battery, and that you can see that decay starts to run up your arm. You can see that like as you're holding it, the veins in Caleb's arm start to turn black, and there is a massive flash of like black energy that ripples through these spiraling glass columns, and within an instant there is a poof, a flash of light, and the ship is brought back to the material plane. Stars fill the sky, and all of a sudden everybody kind of has this weird sensation of like what's the best way to explain, like, you know how like sometimes when you're laying down you get that weird feeling as if you were like falling but you're not, you know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about?
Yeah.
Like
You
right before you fall
like,
asleep.
like everybody gets that sensation for a split second, and you have to like kind of readjust yourselves as if you were just falling but you're not. And
Can we still see the ship?
nope, it was in the astral plane and you no longer are.
But it may
You're
be
back
able to
on the
follow
material
us.
Can I now try to repair the engine since we're kind of out of danger for the moment?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No more initiative rolls needed. You are okay, and I don't have to run any Githyanki in combat, which is neat.
Yeah, we would have been
Um,
real fucking dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They mean business.
that went really well.
Yeah, you guys did exceptionally well with that. Good job.
Yeah, 6 successes in a row is nice.
Well, the captain's already fixed it.
The engine?
As soon as I feel
Mending.
that both of them are up and running, actually, no. We're out of combat.
Yep. You're out of
I'm
initiative.
going to shout, "Ship's ready to move." Could still probably use some work, but Navigator, where are we heading?
And I just squeal in the direction that we're going, since we have already established that I've set the course, right? Correct?
So yeah, you guys. So here's the thing. You've now angled the ship in the direction. What direction did you want to point it in?
Well, the direction of not dying. I
Sickness.
guess like it. My vibes are saying northeast.
I mean, did you want to angle it to like that constellation you guys were talking about?
Yes, that's what I was. That's what the plan was.
I
when
don't think
said that,
north
yeah.
or east exist in space because you're
Oh,
not
okay,
going
you
along a
know,
magnetic
I'm
pole.
North.
the navigator. Okay.
So Russell kind of comes down to like the cockpit, looking at these big bulbous glass eyes that make this kind of fish head where Hollis is sitting, and points out to you the constellation of Cygnus. However, while it's a pretty big constellation, there's like it is a constellation composed of like 9 different stars.
Can I see the exact stars that are in it?
Yep. Yeah, you can see the whole thing right now. Yeah, you have the
Okay.
ship. When the ship comes out of the astral speed, you kind of look down. You are pointed. You were able to kind of reorient the ship and point it directly at this constellation, which, for you know what? So
Are we good,
this is,
Russell?
hold on. I'm gonna just post a picture. I mean, obviously the stream's not gonna see it, so sorry, Pat. But I guess he can just look in the
fuck
Discord.
you, Pat.
In the D&D chat, I posted a picture of what the constellation looks like.
Why wouldn't you put it in the Heroes of the Warp chat?
Because fuck you. That's why.
Vincent.
No, that's fair.
Vinny, can I ask, does the engine like look like it is like does it look like a normal engine, or is it like fucked up? Like does it look like it's burning something in order to like work, or what?
It looks so it sort of is. It burns raw evocation magic, and it converts raw, like literally converts raw magic into movement.
Oh.
It's not like it's a magic combustion engine. If you want me to get into more detail than that, I can't, because it doesn't exist. But
that's fair.
That's the gist of how it works. It's basically the helmsman's magical abilities are channeled directly into this thing, and somehow it is able to it uses like evocation magic to burn that magic and turn it into forward momentum.
Yeah. I'm gonna shout out to the pilot, our helmsman. Like, let me know before we're going to leave, or before we're gonna go.
So Vin, from this point, can I like tell which star is strongest? Because I'm assuming that the strongest star is the one that is sustaining life. Would that be a correct assumption?
I don't. So,
There's also
well,
a middle one.
I don't think that is something you would know, because
No.
you only have experience with one sun in your whole life. You didn't even know there was a possibility of life around other ones.
I'm trying to suspend reality here. I'm a fucking crow person, okay? I'm going to hypothesize that the strongest star is the one that we want to get the closest to. If anyone else has a other hypothesis, but I would imagine that the closest thing that we could find to civilization is going to be by the strongest star.
Captain Yarga sees a giant X, and the X is in the middle.
Well, you heard the captain. To that one.
Right. I'm just gonna echo for Calcifer. About to jump. Hold on.
Is there like an inlet at the engine?
Sure.
Yeah. I look at the captain real quick before we actually jump, and I'm going to cast Flame Blade and kind of like point it at the inlet and look at the captain and be like, huh?
Wait, what are you trying to do?
He's trying to like.
I was
feed
going to
extra
stick the
magic?
Flame Blade in there and feed it to it.
Oh!
Give us like a nice little boost.
Okay, so as the ship begins to lurch forward, you pop open that flame blade, and there's like a valve that you open up and stick your hand in, and you can feel like a suction. Your hand isn't moving. Like, you can feel the magic being pulled out of your arm as that happens, and the flame blade just kind of is pulled out. So like the engine sucks the flame blade in and then keeps going. and like if you keep your hand in there too long, it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah, I pull it out after that.
How many spell slots do you have left?
That doesn't take a spell slot. That's a 1 a day.
Oh, because I was gonna say
I
that
have 1 spell slot left.
if you
of the
left
first
that
level.
open, it was gonna start draining spell slots.
I don't want that. I just want to feed it the flame blade.
Yeah, so you kind of do that, you feed that in, you close, and you kind of have that like, whoa moment, because you didn't even know that would work. But you learned something new about how the ship works, and it does give you this burst of speed, and the ship launches forwards real quick. So, once again, you ripple off into that same kind of astral speed, and you're able to kind of maintain that. And Russell would probably between Russell and Hollis be able to kind of figure out that the length of time it's going to take to get to that star is non-trivial. Even as fast as you are going, it's going to take hours at this speed, which is basically how I'm saying you have a long rest.
Oh,
Even as the pilot?
Yep, absolutely. Once this thing is at this speed, if nothing else stops it, which you guys had plenty of time to adjust course, now that it's at this speed, it can just kind of keep going, assuming nothing on it breaks, which it did the first time. But this time it won't. So your characters actually have 12 hours before they're going to get there.
And we'll gather around the campfire and sing our
No,
campfire song.
no fire.
CAMPFIRESONG song.
Okay,
As Addie just starts singing away.
my mistake. You actually have a full nearly 24 hours until there. So you have a lot of downtime right now. You're going to be at this speed for a long time.
Captain would like to broadcast to the crew that we should do a full rest and afterwards meet up and get a plan of what we're gonna actually do when we get to Cygnus.
Do we know if we're like, basically if while traveling at warp speed it's safe, or should we keep a watch? Is that something that we would know?
You don't. The autonome does. And he would tell you that unless something goes wrong on your ship, you're kind of going between realms so fast, it's very hard for something to pull you out of that.
Okay.
That's actually the reason that you switch back and forth between the material and the astral so fast, so that nothing can interrupt you. Like, the only ways that you would be stopped is if somebody had powerful enough magic to drag you out, or like you hit a planet.
All right, Captain. We'll get there in about a day's time. And then Hollis just passes the fuck out. Like, I'd like to imagine, like, he, like, unties himself from the spell jamming helm, kind of, like, walks over. Captain, we'll be there in about 24 hours. And then just collapses.
and then plops right
Like,
on his fucking face.
Captain Yarga is just gonna salute them and say, "Good work, soldier."
I will make
Perhaps
book off
we should
and-
transfer attunement to somebody else if the pilot will be taking a nap.
I personally don't need to sleep, so I will go ahead and.
You also weren't a part of that fight.
True.
It was rough, buddy.
Just looking at the chat, you recovered 2 hit points. I recovered 74.
Wait. Golly.
It was not a fun time, Justin. You
I-
picked a bad session to
How
not
do
be
you
there.
have that much health? What the hell?
We've got a 20 constitution.
Yeah,
Well,
God damn.
you guys have a full day of downtime. Figure out what you want to do with that, because I'm gonna go pee, and then when I get back, we can go over what happens.
I needed to pee, Vincent. We only have one potty.
Do it
At level
together.
8, I'm strongly considered taking the, I forget if it's tough or sturdy, but the one that gives me an extra 2 health per level. Just bump me straight up to 100 hit points.
Addie's
While
just gonna
Hollis is
curl up
taking
with
a-
Betsy.
While Hollis is taking a nap, I'll take over the helm because if need be, I can cast invisibility, which I think affects the whole ship.
That's not the helm.
Where is the helm?
That's the gun, the
Yeah,
ballista
that's the
thing.
gun. The helm is where I am right now, next to Caleb.
Aha.
Although I guess now I'm like here, just passed out on the deck of the ship. My wounds slowly start like patching themselves up as I sleep, but I walked over, and you know how like when you see a zombie in a show and they're like so pale, like they're pale and gaunt as if every like bit of moisture has been sucked out of their body. That's basically how I looked.
And I'm going to keep my heavy armor on the whole rest.
Nice.
Hot.
Yet none of you know I'm a fire ganassi yet.
Well, you
You're
just
fine,
told
but
us,
I'm
you
a-
fool.
What's that?
Also, obviously you're not a ganassi because all ganassis have to express it multiple times to everyone they meet.
That's what I've been saying.
Well, maybe I'm not one.
You're at the very least not an Earth ganassi. We would definitely know.
It's true.
Yeah. It's hard to keep that hidden for long. Captain's
Alright.
orders.
I have returned.
Dear God.
So while I was gone, is anybody doing anything in particular during this downtime?
I've
I
taken
think-
the helm while Hollis is resting.
Oh, okay. So now Calcifer kind of gets to experience that weird feeling where when you put that, where like when you sit down in there and he passes that attunement to you, you can all of a sudden feel everything that's happening on the ship. Like it becomes a piece of you. Your whole body gets like goes pins and needles, can't feel it anymore, and your vision shifts to like the deck of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It
Are there any
it's
other?
kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Are there any other pieces of the ship that I can sense that might need some help repairs?
Ground under Betsy's feet.
What?
Can I feel any parts of the ship that might still need like good repairs?
So the engines were mended, so they were actually okay. They were just damaged by when the necromantic coils kind of erupted. But other
Mhm.
than that, everything is kind of okay right now. I think your ship is. I should have. I think that's what I forgot to do. I need to make a page for this. It's easier to keep track of. I don't remember how much health your ship has left, but I don't think it's a ton. So like the hull itself has taken a beating.
Uh-huh.
I thought
I
we
did
had
recover it 7 hit points.
the flying fish. Oh yeah, I don't know why the flying fish doesn't say anything on it now. We did.
Yeah.
It used to have hit points and
It did.
stuff.
It did have health. Oh wait, there we go. I have at least I have one because I have the token for it that I can if I
24.
look in your yeah. So you had 24 out of 250 health.
If I spend an hour casting mending on the hull in every place I can find before taking a long rest, would that have any effect?
I'm going to change up how repairing the ships are going to work, but I will say over the course of one day that mending can restore like a I think it's a D8 of health to the ship. I just know that in the actual Spelljammer rules, the rules for repairing your hull are like real fucking stupid, and I need to come up with a better system for it. But I will. It won't. You are not going to get into any ship fights soon, so. Let me see what they recommend for mending, though. Because I think I forgot to write that in the document, but it's fine. So, it's a full day of using mending will repair 1d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier.
Okay. Well, I can do that as we glide into, well, Cygnus.
Sure.
Captain would like to call a powwow after the long rest.
Yeah, just roll that d8 for me.
You know,
And then
I
add
think
your spell.
I will also I see the captain doing it. I'm not also gonna be mending around.
Okay. Just knew
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I guess yeah. You have to check it. That's not something you have automated.
No. What's my spell casting? Where is it?
Intelligence. So whatever your intelligence bonus is and your proficiency.
Okay. So my
I'ma get some
intelligence-
water.
No.
Wise man. I'm gonna get a drink too.
Oh, you must get beer.
Give
Watch
God
Yeah,
you
I love
one.
my I love my Sunday night beers.
You said intelligence and proficiency?
Yep, your spellcasting bonus.
Okay.
Oh, the bonus, not the modifier? 'Cause
Think
then
so.
that's plus another 3 for mine.
Actually, hold on.
Wait, what's the difference
Let me
between the
make sure.
bonus and the modifier?
The bonus is your stat, and then the proficiency is your proficiency, and then the stat is your just intelligence.
Oh nope, it's
Okay.
just ability modifier, so it's just gonna be +4. So I'm just gonna take 2 off of that. So I was right the first time. So it's 7. Okay, so you're up to 42. And then that's what you guys are able to do over that 24-hour period.
Okay.
And then I believe the captain is calling a meeting, and also the music has stopped. I need to get that back. I forgot to loop it.
failure.
I put relaxing powwow music on.
It's not music. This is just the sound of a campfire.
Addie, do you have a guitar?
No.
Do you have a harmonica?
No, but I make music like this, and then she just starts playing the drums on Betsy's tummy.
Aww.
Captain Yarga's gonna pull out the flask of rum and just start offering it around in a circle and just look at everyone and say, "Our planet's destroyed."
What?
So,
Russell takes a big swig and is already very drunk.
Did we?
Well,
Wait, so are
what-
we all from the same planet? Was
Yes.
that we
We were
determined
all
that?
in a campaign together before the mind flayers sucked us into another realm.
Okay.
Right? That's correct.
Yeah, that's
That's how it
correct.
seems.
Huh?
I can't help but notice you all keep saying that. Do you really mean that? You actually from Avalon?
Yes.
We are.
Then
You were.
Avalon was a long time ago. Longer than
Yes.
I've been alive.
Then
How is
Not-
that?
we went
It's
to
not-
confront a tome.
Yeah, so is Atem still a guy in this time? Atem
Who?
the Immortal?
If he is, it's wild space is big. He might be out there somewhere. Never saw him on the Titanic while I was there.
He's the one that pulled us out of our home.
But that was ages ago.
Yes, because I'm afraid it's not just our planet that is gone. Time itself is currently breaking as well.
What?
The Zodar, they showed me the fabric of time itself, and there's cracks. It's breaking. It's falling apart.
Forgive my
It has some-
ignorance, but what's a Zodar?
Wait, Vinny, was he there? Was his character there when we
What?
first?
I don't
got-
think he was. Did you ever see like the big black armored thing that spoke in everybody's minds?
Nope,
It was
wasn't
very
there for that.
baby.
And he
Ah.
pointed at everybody.
Yeah, okay.
Ah. Okay, the Zodar, they're, how will I say, they're keepers of time. It's very complicated. I'm not too sure myself, but keepers of time are what I could say they're closest to. And we're in a lot of trouble here. I don't know what Atem did, but everything is screwed up.
Hey, Captain, you got any more of that rum?
I'll just hand over the flask.
Wowee, guys,
He drinks a lot of
I
it.
just lived a simple life out on the ranch here with Betsy, and I thought being an adventurer was gonna be pretty dang fun, and now we're here, and I think I might have gotten into something I regret.
I mean, to
You
be
killed
fair,
3 people.
It sounds like we all got into the only thing, while inconvenient, that got us through whatever happened to home.
Haha! I finished my calculations.
you couldn't have done that a few minutes ago, buddy.
No, these are new calculations. I have, based on my historical records that I still have in my brain, the destruction of Avalon was approximately 999 years ago.
Oh,
Oh, much shorter than I expected.
Willow.
So Atem sucked us out and destroyed our planet, sent us barreling 1,000 years into the future. Is that what I'm to understand?
I mean, that seems like the gist of it. If his calculations are correct, at least.
And Caleb, you said time's fucked?
Yes, I saw it myself. I saw time.
I'm being fucked up, CA.
I was thinking it too.
If we
Well,
fix it, do you think we can go back? I have questions that still need answers, and I don't think I can get them out here.
That's the thing. I don't know if we can fix it. The cracks are forming and they're breaking off into a blackness, a nothingness.
well,
But we could try our best.
I think we have no choice.
What a positive attitude.
Hey, new guy, you just teleported in. What was your name?
Hello. As he put his hand out and like, you could call me Caleb, Dr. Caleb.
Oh, the name's Tantalus. I was captain back on the Titanica, but maybe not anymore now that all my men might be dead, just so I could get you all out. Oh, why did I do that? Well, nevertheless, you said you saw cracks in it? What'd it look like?
It was a brilliant silver sky almost, but behind it, where the cracks were nothingness, and you could feel the oblivion behind it.
Those cracks, I don't suppose they looked, God, what's the word they used? Crystal-like, did they?
Yes, they did.
Huh. Maybe it's real
wait,
after all, then.
Wait, how would you know that? What are you talking about? What is real that you're talking about?
The edge of the sphere. Everybody's heard those legends.
We're from
Elaborate.
1,000 years ago. Obviously, we haven't.
Fair enough. All right. Well,
Thoroughly established.
oh, it's once we started, when Avalon was destroyed and people started to move out and learned about the rest of wild space, there was a lot of talk about how far it goes, and some people think that they call it the sphere that we live in has limits. Some have claimed to have found the edge of the sphere, at the edge of all known wild space, and it's supposed to look like a massive wall of shining silver crystal, but nobody I know has ever seen it before. It's kind of interesting if you have. Maybe there's some truth to that.
Maybe there is, but if people have seen that, that means it's much worse than anything I could have possibly thought.
Well, I mean, there's got to be an edge to it somewhere. That's where the new ones keep coming from, right?
The new ones? Are you talking about new cracks?
New spheres.
Ah.
How many spheres are there?
He just kind of, you can see him kind of shrug his shoulders and goes, I don't know, just every once in a while you hear about a new one getting conjoined. Sometimes it brings over some weird stuff.
Isn't that what Atem said he was trying to do when we fought him? Conjoin the spheres?
You asking me? I don't know.
The ones who
Right.
were there.
No, he's not asking you.
I
Damn
recall
it.
something about him saying, I don't know, the promised end bringing spheres together. I'll have to watch the recording of that session to get the exact wording.
Captain sort of like sighs, looks around, and then sort of like looks back up and says, I suppose there's no use in keeping this up if no one would be hunting our kind anymore. And then you see as Captain just transforms into a different body over the course of 6 seconds, and then looks back up and says, Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. We are Mask.
As Caleb growls, apparently.
Sorry, it was a motorcycle passing.
I know. And as you do, the captain kind of like, he was kind of like sitting on the ground up against the deck of the ship, and you kind of see him stiffen up and like scoot away from you, and he kind of, oh god, what the hell?
As soon as this happens, well, not how I was intending this to go, but Hollis just stands up, looks at you, and goes, I can get answers after all. And I now look exactly like the captain.
Wait.
I am so confused.
All right,
There's two of them.
you and I are having a conversation. What the fuck are we?
I'm just gonna like sort of look you up and down and say, Changeling. This. You don't know, do you?
I was raised amongst humans. I was taught to keep myself looking like them. I spent a long time trying to find out what the fuck I am.
Ah, you came from one of the traditionalist sects then. That's a shame. There was a whole society of us. We lived in the cities and, well, took over personalities. I assure you, we don't kill people and take their personalities. That's only an urban legend.
And as you say that, you just see as Hollis goes, oh.
Back to the case. We are Mask. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Yes, I know everything that's been happening here, and I'm tired of pretending it, because I think we need to get back to the past if we are to, well, or I suppose fixing time, then figure out how to get back to the past is the bigger priority of us. And frankly, I would rather start here without any secrets, because I'd prefer not to be killed the second my illusion is broken.
Are you worried about being attacked for your heritage?
Yes.
Processing. Where is the navigator?
Here?
And he got a jeep, jeep, jeep. Do you happen to know the name of the star you have directed us towards?
What was the name of the star again?
So I don't think you've ever actually asked. So you are heading towards the Cygnus constellation, and the captain has you heading towards the center star, which is known as Saturn.
We're heading towards Saturn.
Then I have some terribly tragic news for the captain.
You can say it to us.
Located within the Cygnus constellation, frequently found in the star system of Saturn, I believe there is a settlement that is inclusive to all.
And how is this
Perhaps we don't need to
tragic?
go back to the past.
You make a fair point, readjusting expectations. Captain, I have some fantastic news for you.
I just like the idea that this is literally the most racist little robot. Like, oh, terrible news. People aren't racist anymore. It's truly tragic.
Old habits
Remember the
will
good,
die
good
hard,
old
but-
days?
I do believe that Cygnus Terminal Epsilon is located within one of the star systems in the constellation we are going for.
Terminal Epsilon.
Hey, yeah, actually, wait, well, the Autognome might be onto something. I've heard about this place, Epsilon. It's supposed to be some kind of neutral ground. It's some settlement that you probably should be fine there. They even let Imperials in there.
That'll take a bit to get over the discomfort of showing skin, but... well...
What's, you said we were heading towards Sator, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, Navigator?
Yes, that's where we're going.
Excuse me. I'm gonna pull off like because like there's like a thing that goes over your head when you're at the helm, right?
No, actually, it's just a throne that you sit in.
I'm just gonna like be like, this is awkward, and like press something like at like my neck, and like my helmet doesn't like come off. It literally like just like melds with the rest of my armor, and I look just like Connor.
Are you fucking kidding me? 3 of us are changelings?
And Calcifer's just gonna go, this is fucked.
My fucking entire backstory of not knowing who the fuck or what the fuck I am, and there's 3 of us on this ship?
Brian, are you serious right now?
I was like Connor, yeah.
What?
Okay.
What? I thought there were only 100 of us left.
And we're all on this ship, apparently.
Well, time to wipe them out once and for all.
Turns out she's the most racist.
I see. Well, she's from the South, so... yeah, so I see we all had some pretty fucking similar ideas during character creation.
Well, that's quite a development, I suppose.
I'm still a bird.
For now.
Ooh, spooky.
Well, since we are starting with our new divine quest, our journey to save time and all of the infinitum of space, does anyone have any other secrets to share, just so that Well, frankly, I've only known you all for a few weeks or a few hours at a time. Anything else we would like to share?
Caleb raises his hand like, I'm an undead. No, no, Caleb like doesn't say like he actually just unbuttons like his top shirt, shows like a gaping hole in his chest, and says, I technically have died and am currently in a cycle of dying and being revived constantly." As he shows like the gaping hole, like it looks like a stab wound in his chest.
Oh.
No, I've taken the identity of friends that have died before, but that's a new one. You'll have to I'll have to ask your experiences. My acting might get some pointers from that. So sorry if it's a tough topic.
No,
Well,
not,
yeah, I
not at
think
all.
this just confirms how in over my head I am.
Russell just raises a wing and says, "I would like to fly someday."
Side note,
Me
Russell
too.
doesn't have
Me
wings.
too would like to fly.
Well, he's got like little feathers,
Oh,
like
yeah.
on his arms.
But that's a big thing for your race. You lost your wings.
I know, but like as much of wings as we got, I have a cloak that billows in the wind. Okay, I just want to fucking fly, people. Okay.
Russell, I
Let
think
me
I could help you
fly.
fly, but it would only last 12 seconds, and then, well,
Ooh-wee.
Called throwing you real high.
Ooh-wee.
let's say there would be 6 seconds of solid flight and then 6 seconds of terror, but
That's what my life's been.
But wait, Russell, we're flying right now, ain't we?
Russell, do you want to be tied to the front of the ship? If you just spread your wings and flap, I'm sure it would be something.
I just need to do it for my Willow, and then I can go. I just need to do it for Willow, and then I can go. As I just flap my arms, because apparently I don't even have wings anymore.
You never did.
Your
I
wings
know,
became
but I have
arms.
feather arms. That's weird. What do you call their wings? Vincent.
call them
They're
arms.
arms with feathers. That's
No, they're
no.
arms.
I'm not gonna call
Arms.
them arms with feathers. They're wings that don't fly.
Wings with hands.
Yeah, wings with hands.
While we
astral
are
wings.
on the topic of discussing our heritages, I should input. I am not actually a gnome. I am a construct. I am an auto gnome.
Yeah. no,
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that one, bud.
Oh,
It's
you did?
okay. It's okay, and I'm just gonna tap it on its head with my staff. Boop boop.
Doesn't seem to react to it at all. There is a second piece of information I should share, but it is not as related.
Well, we're all sharing information for trust purposes. If you have something to share, that'd be.
We could always try using the buoy system.
What's that?
Some settlements put astral buoys in front of wherever they are located. They can be targeted by a spelljammer to instantly warp there from astral speed. This Epsilon station could have one.
How would we find this buoy?
Your helmsman may be able to feel it when we get closer.
Speaking of helmsmen, are we keeping these stations? I took it over temporarily, and I lacked some of the. I understood how it worked, and I just lacked the raw power to channel it to its fullest extent. I don't know if anyone would like to be taking over the duties, but I do not want to shoehorn anyone into a position just because well, they're a magical battery, and we need to put them in there.
Hollis has boobs.
Well,
Yes, I can. Yes, I can continue working as the helmsman. I understand why you don't want to do so. It was quite painful, but I'm more than happy to continue.
Boobs.
Yeah, this character
Yes,
reveal
and I-
happened way faster than I thought it was going to.
yes,
If you
and I
need... well, yeah, the autognome also, he pipes up and says, if you need, I can also take attunement to the helm. Autognomes are resistant to the exhaustion provided from Spelljammer fatigue. However, I cannot pilot it.
Then what would be the
Oh.
point of having you there?
To preserve attunement. Instead of waiting the hour to attune to the helm, I can provide attunement with a touch. It is how I gave Russell attunement at the start.
Perhaps that might be
Understood.
used when we dock.
That is why
And,
most issued spelljammers have an autognome in place to hold attunement for the helmsman when leaving the ship.
Bless you, Russell.
Yes, and I don't plan to keep this position. Although I can hold it while is it still Hollis?
Yes, it is still Hollis.
Yes, I can work it in order to give Hollis a break. And also, I do have the capacity as I showed off a while ago to turn invisible, which, if I'm understanding these contraptions correctly, would turn this ship invisible as well. Correct?
I do not believe the ship's illusion optics are the necessary model to be able to handle such an enchantment.
Uh-huh. Well, never mind.
Also,
All right,
who's
so
currently
that's what.
attuned to the helm?
It was Calcifer, but I'm gonna take it back over from him.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
noted.
do that.
Noted.
And I put my helmet back on.
So that does answer one question. Our lineage does provide us the same sorts of magic.
If it's all right with the rest of y'all, I think I'll stay as our team's gunner, cause you know I'm pretty good in that kind of area.
Yeah, where did you learn to man a ballista like that? It was rather impressive.
Well, I guess it's just came naturally, you know, with working with these girls over here, and she like pats Betsy on the side. I'm really good at aiming, and I guess it just carried over.
Huh. I need more soldiers like that then. I guess I need more soldiers.
It's also worth noting that after my rest, I was able to prepare some food for anyone who needs.
I do not.
And I've got 3 meals that anybody can take, and if you eat them as an action, you regain 1d4 plus 5 hit points.
Wait, I
sick
thought we could only
cookie.
have one roll at a time.
While I was not attuned to the helm,
Switch.
it says over the course of a long rest. So
Yeah, you switched.
on the tail end of the long rest,
So-
I was able to prepare 3 of them.
Worth noting, you can attune to the helm without being a helmsman. You just don't have the helmsman abilities. You can still pilot it if you can cast spells.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that, and then I will also just like start cooking up, kind of like general like buffet slop basically, but I'll hand out a few of the higher quality rationed meals for anyone who needs emergency healing.
So you're also attuned to the helm while you're doing that, right?
Yes.
So a decent ways into the travel, it's maybe 18 or so hours, maybe 18, 20 hours into it. You're in the middle of preparing stuff. All of a sudden, you get a very weird sensation where you hear this faint like, almost like a pinging noise, like this like ding ding ding, ding ding, like in the very very faint, but you can hear it wherever you go. And when you stop paying attention to it, it kind of fades away. But if you focus in on it, you can actually hear it getting louder.
Autognome, you said that I might be able to feel one of these buoys when I get close. Is it-
Correct.
I've been sensing something for a short time now. A resounding pinging in my head, and we seem to be getting closer. Would that be the effect you speak of?
I wouldn't know. It
Well-
certainly sounds like it could be, though. Alternatively, it could be a trap which could kill us all.
I say that we're already dealing with a bunch of things that could kill us all. Has everybody eaten? Everyone ready for a potential trap? Or finding this oasis where everyone's accepted? Cool.
I'm just gonna
and
switch
oh,
on over to Jack and be like, "Well, bring us in."
And yeah,
So-
I'm going to become like I'm going to stop being the galley officer, start being the helmsman again, and I'm going to try and focus on that pinging and bring us closer to it.
When you sit in the helm, like the chair that is the helm, and you kind of focus your mind on that sound, it is very easy to kind of orient the ship towards it, to change your orientation in like even in the astral plane. Like you can change it and change the course of the ship, and once you are honed in on that, it's a much more relaxing feeling. It like you know at the airport they have those like sidewalks that you can just stand on them, they move for you.
Yeah.
It's like it feels like you're on that. Like you can tell you're moving as if you were moving, but you don't even have to do anything. You're just there. Like it's as if you're falling but forwards.
I'm going to lean into that.
Welcome change. It's a welcome change of pace, and you're able to kind of lean back a little bit and be like, okay, I don't actually have to think about this now. And it's as if it's like pulling you in, but not aggressively, just kind of putting you on the right path.
Yep, I'm not resisting, I'm actively leaning into it. The more I can feel this, the more I'm going to try and just head us along the way it's pulling us.
All right. And then when that happens, after a couple more hours of everybody kind of getting things ready on the ship, all of a sudden, the ship comes out of astral speed back into the material realm. And I think I'm going to need a change of music. Hold on.
Careful, everybody, I did not do that.
Let's see. Oh, this actually might be perfect. Hold on. I just want to make sure this is the song I'm thinking it is. And I have to wait because it's YouTube and there's an ad that I have to skip.
My man doesn't even have U-block origin.
I don't. You're right, I don't. I'm trash.
It's free.
And as you come out of it, you see something like you have never seen before. A big fucking rock.
It's a fucking
It's a rock!
Not a
So-
A big,
There is
beautiful rock!
It's
a
a
massive-
rock!
What looks like an asteroid. Like there's this huge rock floating through space. However, unlike the other big, I mean, your characters haven't seen it, but unlike what most asteroids would probably look like, the entire top of it is green. And you can see trees and stuff growing out of it. Like it looks like there's like forests and greenery on the top of it. And all around it, you can see a bunch of other spell jamming ships. And Hollis, being the helmsman, you can feel where you can feel that the ship is still kind of moving sort of on its own and drifting towards this big rock. And as you get in closer, you can see that there is a smaller rock that is kind of that is maybe like a little bit bigger than your ship, that is attached with these massive chains that is hanging off the back of this one, with this, and from where you can kind of see, because you're the helmsman, everybody now is kind of looking at this on the deck and see that there's this big tower with a you can't really make out the details, but it looks like a tall stone tower, and there's a big flashing light at the top. Kind of looks like a lighthouse. And Hollis can tell that that is what you are being pulled towards. And as you get closer, you can see that just behind that structure, into like the side of the rock, there is an opening carved out that is huge. And inside that opening, you just see buildings. And as you get pulled closer and closer to this structure, you can see that you can get a clearer look until you're maybe only a couple 100 feet away, and you realize that there's this giant rock with this like forest growing on top of it, and there is what looks like an entire city built inside of it. And as you get closer, I am going to change the map.
As we approach, I would also like to put my human skin back on.
Okay. And as you are, two smaller spelljammers come up next to you and they kind of start flying next to you, almost guiding you in. And this could take you a little while to load in. So,
yeah, it's taking a little bit.
Yeah, it might do.
From personal experience, he's big.
Somebody loaded in though.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of pull my human skin back on and go, as much as we may be accepted here, it's still useful to be able to change identities without people realizing that's within your tool belt.
We should wait for the moment that we can use this better. For now, it might be better. Well, no one knows who any of us are. Might be
Exactly.
best to keep an extra identity available.
Exactly.
I think Meg loaded into the map already.
Yeah, I
That
have.
actually makes a lot of sense because you're on the same network connection.
Yep.
Yeah,
can you
we
see-
are.
Can you see the whole thing?
Yes, it's fucking-enormous. You've devoted so much of your time into this. If you devoted even an iota of your time into our relationship, wow, we'd be going places, buddy.
Probably.
Wild.
So, Caleb, know where we gotta go in the Dungeons and Dragons game?
Hi. Wait, can you repeat that?
Do you know where we need to go? Or Captain's gonna call you up, reformed as Jack, and say, "Hey, Caleb," as he pulls out a cigarette and starts lighting it. They tell you anything about where in this Epsilon station thingy they'd be needing us to be going to?
Well, hold on, I forget. I'm blanking on their names again. Give me 1 second.
Coming in still?
The order thingies.
Yeah, the order. I'm forgetting their name.
This you know what? This is taking a while. This might be an optimal time for me to go pee. So I'll
No,
be back and
they-
see if any of you.
You're
are
not
in
allowed
by
to
the
pee,
time I'm
you're the
back.
DM.
Honestly, they
I'm
were
allowed to
very
pee.
cryptic, and from what you saw of the last one, they only speak once. Is what I was told. So anything that I said depleted any questions I could have asked, and whatever answers I did receive were cryptic at best and boiled
I'm
down to
in.
just get it done, do the thing, and get it done.
I see us. I think.
You see what I mean then, huh?
It do be big.
Honestly, at most, what they told me was I am a paradox and help save time. That's it.
So we don't have any leads.
Are
None
we
at all. The Zodar
all
are
paradoxes,
not
or
very
just... Oh, I'm in. Are we
Yeah.
all paradoxes, or just you with
Okay.
your resurrection issue?
Oh shit! Are people loaded in?
I just
Honestly.
loaded in.
A few of
Well-
After they told me this. That's when I popped in and found a lot of them at the asteroid.
So,
Oh my god, we're
can-
all the sizes of buildings.
You see
This
what
is
I
a
mean?
tiny
see the full
people.
map, though?
You see what
Yeah, we
I
can
mean?
Yes.
we can see the whole map. We're the size. We found the Smurf village. We're gonna destroy them. They're not ready for us.
So I have to find a way to make it work. I might have to change token sizes. But so the way I'm planning for this to work is I have the entire map of the city out. On the bottom, there's kind of those two panels. The left side is where I'm going to put the tokens for everybody that like is currently in the party, and that one on the right is going to be to represent whatever NPC you are currently talking to. So that way you're not just thrown all over the map. You can still look at the map at any time and still get a sense of like who's there if I don't want to actually make like a combat map for it.
That's
So-
fair.
So that way, like if you're in the city and you're talking to somebody, I don't need to have a map for every tavern or like every wherever you are going. I'm just gonna kind of throw it in there. It's a little video gamey, but I think it's gonna be the most efficient, and also because
Oh.
I put too much time into this map, so I'm gonna use it as much as I can.
Yeah, no, I think
Oh
that
God, can
makes
we
a lot of
please
sense.
go to a tavern?
But yeah, so also now you can see why it took me so long to make this map in fucking Dungeon Draft.
Yeah.
Every asset on here was placed by hand. Oh, it
Pain.
hurt. It did.
Captain, Captain, can we go to a
Yes?
tavern?
So, I don't
could
know
use
if
a
you guys
drink.
can see it, but right where I'm pinging, this is the rock that was kind of pulling you in.
Mhm.
Ah.
So that is kind of the buoy. And as you are kind of escorted in, those other two ships kind of leave pretty quickly, and you can see there's this big network of docks that kind of stretch out the back of this opening. And there's all different kinds of spelljammers that you have never seen. So yours still kind of looks like a boat, just with like big wings, and it kind of looks like a fish. There are some that look very different from yours. Like you see some that look like regular boats. You see one that looks like a shark. You see one that kind of looks like a big turtle. And kind of drifting around, you can see a few that look like big swans with their wings kind of like folded up that are slowly moving past you. And like as you guys kind of, oh wait, this went to combat music. Hold on, why?
Because you put on an hour-long song that has combat interlaced in it. You took
I
the
guess I
entire
did.
Cloud City, like, ensemble.
I guess I did. I'm sure it's fine. So, and one of those like big swan ships kind of comes right up next to you, and as it's kind of going opposite directions. You can see that like all the people, there's like a whole bunch of people on the deck of the ship, and they all like run over and are like waving at you guys as it kind of goes by, and then it kind of drifts past.
Hi.
I'm gonna try and bring us into an empty docking area as gently as I am able to.
Let me get the cow out of the city.
Betsy's tormenting the townspeople.
Betsy is rampaging
Kaiju.
through, destroying this inclusive civilization.
So I'm trying to see if I can probably change the scale of tokens to make them bigger when you guys run into them. But you do manage to find an open space on the dock, and you kind of start like pulling in your ship. A couple people actually run out and like help you kind of get the rigging and stuff, and they help tie your ship down.
I'm gonna call out to the auto gnome and just go, is there any way we can secure this to being just for us?
Payment.
Important
whom?
thing. I want to turn to the auto gnome and be like, do they accept these as I start pulling out our gold coins?
He takes it and he looks at it and goes, "My, that is a strange form of currency."
Fuck.
Fuck.
Aye, where's your captain?
Captain Jack walks on up to the top of the ship.
And as you kind of like look over the side, there is a dwarf sitting on the dock with his hands on his hip, looking up at the ship at you. And let's see, can I make this bigger? Yeah, that kind of works. Wait, hold on, it didn't save it. Give me a second. Settings, turn the scale all the way up. There you go. You can kind of see him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this dwarf with this scruffy white beard and this kind of like fancy-looking hat with a big feather in it, and he goes, "Dude, recognize your ship. Who are ya?"
And Captain Jack, we are not from around here. As I sort of like stand off the side and like try to see where I can jump down.
Oh, we don't get the planks. Get down here. We can talk about this like, whatever you are.
As I'm gonna walk on over to Captain Trillia, or wait, no, what's his name?
Tantalus.
Tantalus, and be like, are gold coins legal tender?
And he goes, yeah, of course they are. How many sons you got on you?
As I sort of pull out a gold coin and like show it to him and be like, is this a son?
And he kind of looks at it, flips it back and forth, and goes, I've never seen a coin like that before, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. It's made of gold, right?
Gold
Yes.
is gold.
Also, if you want to make yours better, I've just been changing the scaling on the token, so that way you can kind of see him better. So, like, I don't know if can you guys do that? Do you have
Yep.
the option to do that?
Double right click your token and it'll bring up the appearance menu.
Yep. And just don't do it on your character sheet, because then it'll make it permanent.
Yeah, don't mess with the prototype token.
And as you're kind of asking him this, some of the dock workers, they get like a plank out, so they make like a ramp so you can actually get off onto the dock.
I'm staying at the helm until we know what's going on. I'm not giving up control of the ship.
I'm gonna point to, Betsy the cow and be like, come on, push the planks on over.
Do cows exist in the future?
Why not?
Is
Oh, yes.
Betsy
And
the
I'm
last
gonna-
cow?
Try to pull as many people as I can and be like, okay, we're gonna need to get our coins transferred to legal tender. That might complicate things. I can try to smooth things over, but some of you might need to go take a trip to the local bank or whatever and exchange before we can go to any taverns or the such. Make things easier on us.
You realize you're trying to trade
I'll
away
go.
priceless antiques.
Money is better than a priceless antique that can't be used to pay for anything.
I'm saying you might be able to sell our coins for more than what they're worth.
If we flood the markets, it'll be selling for less. We just need enough for a day.
How much gold
hun-
do we have on us?
I have 400 gold coins.
I have 669.
I have 680.
I have 1,000.
900.
Did you not use any money?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Amazing.
I mean, I bought a shit ton of adventuring gear, so yeah.
I also have 1,000.
I'm going to start jumping down to the dwarfen tender of the docks.
Yeah,
Aye,
I was
alright. So you're the captain, are you?
Yeah, it'd be me.
I don't
Captain
recognize your ship on me dock. Who are you?
Jack. Jack Butcher. Pleasure to meet you.
Jack Butcher.
This is the tale of Captain Jack Butcher.
You got the coin to pay for it, then? I got plenty
That-
other customers that would like to take it from you.
That's the thing. We don't know if this is legal tender. Could I give you a deposit of some as we go make a journey to the bank to try to exchange it? As I'm just gonna pull out a bunch of, I'm gonna flick a gold coin over to him and be like, trying to explain this over.
You can see you can no roll needed as he kind of like holds the gold coin you give him. He kind of stares at it for a little bit, looks up at you, looks back down at the coin, sniffs it, clearly confused, and looks up at you. Hey, you don't got any gold suns on you?
No, wherever you're from, golden suns aren't used.
It's what are you talking about? It's the universal currency across the whole sphere.
Let us just say this is our first foray into the astral sea. We were a bit secluded from the rest of the universe.
Oh no! Oh no! 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 You mean to tell me? Are you from a different sphere? Was there another one getting conjoined that I didn't hear about?
No, we were just from an actual planet.
What planet are you from? You look human.
I thought you were like a half-orc.
I
What are you?
was, but I went back to Jack.
Oh,
was the
okay.
Captain. I'm back to the human Jack Deadeye Butcher.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna say, it's way far from here. I doubt. You would have to talk to my navigator to get the star system. That might make more sense. I don't want to throw out a
Fucking
name that you're just gonna immediately not recognize.
Well, aye, laddie, let me tell you, you're lucky. Any of the other dark hands around here would have kicked you off as soon as they saw you don't got any suns or moons on you. But I'm a bit more generous than that. You're new around here. I like new people. I'll give you a couple of days to pay your fees, if that's all you be needing. But I need to know that you're gonna pay it, because if you don't, your ship becomes mine.
That is entirely fair. Good. Sorry, what was your name?
The name's Talrand. Talrand Stone Dam. Pleasure to meet you. Jack
Talrand.
Butcher.
As I hold out a hand to shake his.
And now, and yeah, he shakes your hand with his stubby little dwarf hands.
We could be back within the day. We just need to find a place to exchange our gold for, well, coins.
And I think if you hover over the token now, you can see his name.
Oh. Yeah.
So, and he goes, "Aye, well, I take it you've never been to Epsilon before, have ya?"
No.
Oh, aye. By Moradin, aye. How long you planning on staying for?
Long enough to get this piece of crap repaired and to have a stiff drink.
I see, alright, you're gonna run into some problems. You're new here, so I'll tell you how it works. Everything in Epsilon is open. It's a good city. She's the biggest city in all the wild space and open to everybody. As long as you register.
Aha.
We gotta know who's
Right.
coming in and who's going out. If you're new, it's going to take you a little bit of time. You're gonna have a real hard time getting around doing much within her if you're not registered within the city. You're gonna have to become a citizen.
Aha. So, where?
And he points one of his stubby little fingers and he goes, "You're just gonna head over to the first pillar right there. I hear they got all kinds of customs in there. Busy place, but they should get you sorted out. Can probably deal with your little currency problem too." And he points to this big structure, which you can see is a massive stone pillar that goes from the ground level where all the buildings are all the way up to the ceiling of the cavern.
Noted. We'll make our way there right away. And just for our knowledge, what is the daily rate for being docked?
Normally, I only charge 5 moons a day.
5.
I'm gonna guess a moon is a platinum.
How many moons is a sun?
Hold on. The lights
That
in my
was
apartment
not
just
fun,
went out.
Vincent.
The lights in my apartment have gone out again.
I don't like this.
Oh, you're about to be axe murdered. Sorry.
Oh no.
Okay,
Well,
they're like flickering on and off, but it looks like they stopped. So okay,
Vinny,
not
your
an alien
computer
invasion.
is pulling in too much power to run the Foundry server.
And he goes, "You don't even know the golden ratio." Aye, aye, aye. All right, look, I'll tell you how it works. 10 comets makes a moon. 10 moons makes a sun. 10 suns. Don't worry about the 10 suns. You're probably not gonna have galaxies on you.
Oh.
I will
I'm
only pay
still.
this.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, I'm still attuned to the helm. I never left. Am I able to hear all this? And if so, I am very untrusting. Is there anything that I can tell about like his demeanor, whether or not like I want to know if we're trying to be scammed and if this guy's just gonna take our ship the second we all disembark.
You can give me an insight check from what you can hear. I mean, anybody who wants can also get off the ship now, but
I'm already off.
Yeah, I trust him, I guess.
you can hear, but it's hard to get facial features. You don't have to trust him. You could call him a fucking liar to his face. You have no proof. Like that's the problem. Is you can't really see him because he's not on the ship. Or like you can't see his facial features. You can tell he's there, but it's not detailed enough that you can't read his body language.
Right.
I look over to Captain Jack and just go, then we'll be on our way.
Yes, we'll come back with payment swiftly, and then we'll figure out a better deal. For now, as I'm just gonna sort of like, I don't know, what's a good call for the crew? I'm just gonna yell out, "Crew, let's go! We gotta get registered with the government!"
I'm gonna unattune from the helm jammer, and as I'm walking past, I'm just gonna mumble, "I fucking hate the government."
The crew goes to the DMV.
Come on, Betsy, time to get you registered.
I'm gonna wait for everyone to get like 10 yards past it, then I want like everyone to group up and like do a quick little powwow.
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking for a feature and I can't find it. Oh wait. No. Aha. The boo. I can. Words.
Yeah.
and you know, and some.
We were talking to that guy for at least a minute, right?
Yes.
As we're walking away, I have Master of Intrigue, which lets me basically mimic like fucking.
You can do it, bud.
You got this.
You can do it. We believe in
What's the
you.
fuck? Like mimic accents and like be able to like talk as like a native speaker. So like as you like walk away, I'm gonna be like practicing how he was speaking.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he sounded like every dwarf you've ever met.
Yeah.
Racist.
Yeah.
So, as everyone leads away, I'm just gonna like lean into all the fellow shapeshifters, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm skilled at faking identities. It's how I got away with, well, getting 20 PhDs. But only one of us really needs to get registered, and I could try reproducing it.
Would you believe if I said same minus the PhDs?
Same minus the PhDs.
Do you have charlatan background?
Me?
Both of you.
I
no.
do have the charlatan background.
I don't, but I have proficiency with forgery kit.
I can sacrifice the identity of Jack at least to see if I can get that registered. I'm gonna keep our identity of
no.
mask
Sorry.
concealed.
I thought I did. I have the actor background.
Ah. That might actually work in our favor, so we don't have people double tapping. I can try to forge some extra identities once we get copies to switch things up, but I'm gonna have to sacrifice Jack to the government.
If we can get me to a tavern, I'm sure I can find someone to take.
Well, off we go to pay our taxes.
So you're heading to like kind of that big pillar he told you about?
Yeah.
So as you guys kind of head off the ship, you head down the docks and you kind of try to like, it's very easy to find your way there because you can see it from pretty much anywhere. Turns out the autonome who does not go with you, he stays on the ship, wasn't kidding. As you're walking through the streets, you see all kinds of humanoid creatures just going about their business. It's a lot of humans. In fact, it's still mostly humans, but you see pretty much like you see tons of other races. You see elves, orcs, dwarves, goblins. At some point, you see a giant walk by. So you even see a couple things you've never seen before.
Yeah.
I think
Betsy, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
But you guys managed to get when you go to this big structure. You can see there's a little courtyard set up in front of it, and this big open atrium kind of set up. And as you walk in, there's kind of this big hall that is open, and there's there looks like a row of desks that are kind of lined up against a few walls, and there's some people standing at the desk talking to people behind them, and there's one open that has nobody at it. And there's a big sign over it that says information.
I walk over to the information.
And so you walk over to that one. There's nobody there at the time. And sitting behind the counter, it looks like a humanoid blob is just kind of sitting behind the counter. It has arms and legs, but there's nothing else. It looks like an ooze. And part of it kind of jiggles a little bit, and you can see a hole open up on what would be its head, and it moves like a mouth, and it says, "Welcome to the first pillar. How can I help you?"
Howdy there, partner. Me and my crew just came in here for, well, the first time, and, well, we're not accustomed to this wild space thing, so we're hoping to get a little, well, accustomed to it, and maybe exchange our currency for suns, if that be possible.
Sounds like you're not from around here. Let me think about that. It sounds like you want to go to customs.
Oh
Are
no,
you-
this is a fucking robocaller.
And am I correct in saying that you're new to Epsilon?
Yes.
Fantastic. Just wait a moment while I check my notes. And you can see it pulls out this big stack of papers and starts flipping through them and goes, and it stops. The head looks up again. The little opening pops open. You said you have an entire crew with you?
Correct.
Excellent. Great. Thank you. What was your name again?
Jack.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate your patience. Just give me a second and I'll see what I can do for you.
God, I want to kill it so bad.
All right, and here we go. So it looks like we can get your whole crew registered in Epsilon, get you tablets, get you ready to go, get you situated, and we can even deal with your little currency problem. I'm going to send you up to the 18th floor, and somebody up there should be able to review your case and get you sorted. Does that sound good?
Yes.
What does get tablets mean?
Are you there?
Obviously, we all get a free iPhone.
This sounds sketchy, guys.
Does
I
that
made
work for
sure
you, Jack?
everyone was following us.
Okay.
Yes.
So does Addie actually ask that?
No.
I
Okay.
will. Excuse me, what do you mean by tablets?
Just a tablet to prove that you're a resident of Epsilon.
Ah, so a piece of identification then?
Sort of, yeah, but it's useful for a bit more than that. Wow, you really are new. I'm glad I could provide this information for you.
Thank you kindly.
You can
Sorry,
see
what was your name?
there's a little metal plate on the desk that says Glurb.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Glorb.
It's
You've been a
my
real-
pleasure to
It's
assist
gender.
you.
Just assumed it's gender.
And you can see it like reaches out behind it, and this really long tendril reaches over to like a cabinet behind it and opens it up and pulls something out, and it hands you this little tiny piece of paper, and it says, "I even got a ticket for you. When you head up to the 18th floor, an agent will be there to check your case as soon as we can get to it." Is there
I'll
anything
grab
else
the
I can
ticket.
assist you with? Is there anything else I can assist you with today, Jack?
No, you've
Uh,
been a real help as I tip my hat and say thank you, partner.
one other quick question though. Any new, since we're new to the place, any laws that we should be aware of so that we don't break them accidentally? We wouldn't want to upset anybody in this wonderful city we found ourselves in.
Don't worry, they'll cover everything in your screening.
Wonderful.
Now, is there anything else I can be of assistance with? Any other questions you might have for me?
I think we're good.
Excellent! Then you can take that ticket up to the 18th floor to begin the screening process, and don't forget on your way out that if you appreciated my service, to please leave a review card. It's Glurb with a U.
Will do, partner. How do we get to the 18th floor?
Ah, my mistake. The spiral staircase at the center of the pillar can be found to my left, and he gestures a really long tendril all the way over, straight to a door.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. We'll be on our way.
Of course,
Um,
and let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
I'm
please,
assuming this
have a nice day.
doorway and spiral staircase would not accommodate a cow.
No. No.
You said that there were giants in this city, but a cow can't fit?
Actually, okay, so the staircase is probably big enough, it's just stairs are tough for a cow.
Yeah, cows can't go
that's fair.
upstairs.
No,
So-
cows can go upstairs. They can't go down.
They can't go down. Okay, fair.
I've read
Addie-
many a story about that in second.
Addie just goes and like pets Betsy and is like, "Okay, girl, I'm sorry, but you gotta go to the special place for a little while, but I'll bring you back. Don't you worry." And then you just kind of hear like a grunt, and then all of a sudden Betsy just like vanishes.
Oh god.
Oh dear gods.
There's been a murder.
You have to go to the special place.
Sent
She don't
Betsy
really
to a
like
farm
when I
up
have to
north.
put her
Are
in
we
there.
supposed to be seeing anything but the big old map that you made? Because mine just says game paused.
Oh, sorry, I paused it by accident. But no, it's just a map right now.
Well,
Oh,
up to
okay.
the
I'm not
18th
sure if we were
floor.
supposed to be seeing anything.
Yeah. So I guess we walk up 18 flights of stairs. I've got a
You do.
good constitution. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, there's no roll needed. It takes you a little while, but you get to the top of the stairs, there's a set of wooden double doors, and as soon as you open them, there is an auto gnome standing there, much like the one on your ship, maybe a slightly different model. It's got skinnier limbs but a fatter body, and it sticks out a hand and says, "Ticket, please."
I handed the ticket.
And it takes it and eats it and says, "Thank you. Your case will be processed. We will get a processor immediately. Please wait in the waiting area in the meantime." And it gestures over to an area with a whole bunch of benches, which you can see is mostly empty. And there is just one very large minotaur sitting on a tiny little bench. But that's it.
I'll go sit not too close to the Minotaur, but in the area.
You know, I must say, I did not expect Glorb to sound like that.
Calcifer, you might need to take it in as it is. We're not in
Fair enough.
Avalon anymore.
You might not want to mention that. If what we've been told is true, our origins may be best obscured for the time being until we learn more about this
Russell.
place.
Russell, do you know anywhere in the star? Oh, no, you probably wouldn't. What? Is there a system you know that we could try to use as our? As I'm just gonna sort of like stop for a second,
Like
and
our
like pull out
home
all
base?
my documents and be like, I don't think any of my documents say from Avalon because they all just say our kingdoms. But do you
mean,
know
we-
any place that would make a good home base for us? Something distant and reclusive.
I don't know anything except like the star system, correct?
You know where the stars were in the sky on your home planet. You know
Yeah,
which
so,
stars
like-
are which, and you can orient yourself. You don't know what's there.
Do I know, like, you know how technically we know that there are, like, other star systems in our galaxy, and, like, how we can, you know, hypothesize that there are certain planets in those star systems?
You might have known about the other planets that were near your home planet. That's it.
So, do I know if those planets are still alive?
Nope.
Is our autognome there?
Nope.
Is the captain there?
He is. Yeah, he came with you. He doesn't know where to go.
Okay, can I ask him if any of the star systems, or like the home planets that were near our home planet, are still functioning? Are they still there?
I mean, we're talking ancient history here. I gotta think back to what I learned in school. As far as I know, I thought the whole system was. I thought the Rhaegar took the whole thing out, but I
Okay,
could be
so
wrong.
buddy old pal, do you happen to know where you're from?
The Titanica, you've been there.
Yeah, that's just your home planet.
I was born on it.
Where were your parents born?
Well, let's see. I think Mom was from the Titanica, but Dad was from a station out somewhere near Ursa something. Does that ring a bell?
Does that ring a bell?
I mean, you know, there are two Ursa constellations.
I mean, Ursa Major.
Yeah.
Okay,
And minor.
so we can just say we're from Ursa Major, right?
Um,
Correct?
As Russell says that, a door, a wooden door, opens up, and you see that creature come through.
Oh.
It looks like a massive, like 6 foot tall, like either praying mantis grasshopper hybrid, and it lets out a.
And do you do?
And it kind of walks over to your group, and it turns its head looking between you all, and it clacks its mandibles together with this kind of like noise, and it leans in, looking between you all, and it and you can see the antenna lean forwards, and the antenna tap Jack on the top of the head.
Oh,
Doesn't hurt or anything, just very gently taps you on the top of the head with the antenna, and it pulls back and goes, "Alright then, how about now? Can you hear me?"
yes, I can hear you quite well.
Ah, it's fantastic. Forgot, you don't speak Thrai Korean. Have to use the telepathy.
And I'll just respond telepathically to him. Good.
I take it you're the captain here then?
Yes, Captain Jack Butcher, and this is
Oh.
my crew.
And you all can see this little bug thing like twitching its antenna and its head to the side, and this is what he's hearing. Alright man, all good, all good. Look, I got that ticket, so it sounds like you've got a pretty unique case here. Is this your crew?
As this is happening, I assume we're not hearing anything, so Addie just leans over and is like, "You guys can't hear anything either, right?"
And Russ
Don't-
is just literally in the fetal position.
and he's just very concerned
D-
that he's gonna get eaten.
don't worry,
Can I-
I've
can I
got
kinda,
this.
like-
And
Can I kind of like scoot? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I scoot closer to the Minotaur and be like, "Weren't you here first?"
And he stands up and goes,
Doesn't seem
I was here first. And the bug turns around, screeches at him, and he grumbles and sits back down. And and he goes, sorry about that, man. He's got an expired license. It should be an easy fix. Your case sounded a lot more interesting. Thought we should have taken care of that first. So, what do you say you take your crew and we go back to my office and maybe we'll get this sorted out, huh? Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Crew,
And
let's go.
All right, then. Come on now, come on. And he motions with his hand for you to come with him, and he like goes back through that door he came out of. The whole time that Minotaur's like, I was here first, damn it.
And I just look to him again and go like, "The man always keeping us down." And I'll actually go with him.
And he sticks one of his hands out, and he goes, damn right, brother.
Fist bump, bro.
And so do I assume you all follow this insect
Yeah.
creature?
Yeah.
yeah,
He
so
leads you through this like open area of like desks and stuff, and you can see there's a whole bunch of creatures like him running around with like papers and stuff and carrying things around. It's a lot of these things working here. But he does lead you into a little room with a desk, and he goes, well, sorry man, you got a bit of a big crew, but I think you can all fit in here, right?
Yeah, we're all fitting
We'll
here,
manage.
right?
Yeah, we'll manage. Get Betsy.
I am very small.
So, all right then. He kind of sits down behind his desk and he organizes a couple papers and he goes, by the way, my name is, well, I know you can't speak Thrycreen, so you can just call me Steve. I'm going to be reviewing your case today, and maybe we'll work on getting you screened. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about that? What's your situation? Sounds like you got something a little funky. I haven't seen a ticket like this in quite some time. What are we dealing with here, huh?
Well, the best way you could describe it is, well, we're new to the universe. We come from a place that didn't have any spelljammers or any of this, and we sort of got thrust in upon all this and tried to escape a couple of ne'er-do-wells and came here as it was the only safe place we could find, and now we're just trying to get by, you could say.
I thought we were trying to be inconspicuous.
All right. That's a good that's a good start now. That's a good start. Now that's good information. Now let's see. Now you say you're
Wait,
from
hold
another
on,
place.
hold on. Before we continue, are we telling them everything? I thought
No,
we
This
were.
is
we're
crazy.
saying we're from a different planet. We're not saying from Avalon, but the explanation of why we don't have crowns or don't know anything should still be we came from somewhere that was just like, a forgotten backwater planet.
Yeah, we're from the boonies.
So, all right. Now are we talking like is this an assimilation type situation? You had invaders come to your planet, give you technology you never seen before, or are you from another sphere? Because if conjoined spheres are a different case altogether, that's something we're going to have to report. So.
No, certainly we weren't from a sphere. It's what were they calling it? Stormtroopers, Imperials, a whole bunch of them, and we had to flee.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Now, if you don't mind me asking, you see, I have this little sheet right here. I'm just going to need you to, as the captain, you're going to have to fill that one out, and it slides a piece of paper across there, and you can see it has all kinds of information, such as your name, your planet of origin, your species, and the name of your ship, as well as the model of your ship.
Yes, of course. Mind if I just sit down and fill this out as I pull it out and then sit down in one of the chairs and start filling out the information?
Yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good. Take your time. Do whatever you need. I'm actually going to go talk to. I'm gonna go have a little chit chat with the supervisor. See what he says about your situation. It's a tad bit unique. Might be a little bit more paperwork, but I think I know somebody who might be able to help you a little bit more, and then we could work on the screening and get your process, get you some tablets, and you should be good to go in Epsilon. All right, mate?
Thank you. It's been a great help of Yes.
All right, you take your time with that. I'll
Only the
send somebody right
captain's
in there
still
for you.
here?
Uh,
And
and
he's gone
the,
now.
the bug creature goes and walks out, and when he does, Tandos leans over and goes, "What did it say to you?"
Well,
Oh yeah, because we don't all know. Just
we have
cornered
to
us.
fill out this form with a bunch of information. We apparently need to have a ship name, ship model, planet of origin, species.
Yeah, it
All-
also on the back it does have a spot for name and name, species, and rank of every officer on the ship.
I don't like this. I think we should just go. It seems suspicious.
If we're gonna be doing business here, I don't understand how you single formers can get by with it, but well, at least I'm not really losing much by putting this name down, but I understand if it could be a bit of a issue for all you, well, single formers.
Look, hey man, just put something down. We just gotta get through this, right?
I'll just start filling out like all the forms, putting all of me, Calcifer, and Hollis as humans, and then everyone's sort of position, and then I'll just like turn back to Russell and be like, "So, what system?"
What did I say before?
Ursa Major,
Ursa
I think.
Major.
Oh yeah, sorry. Ursa Major. That sounds about right.
What if we just put? What if we just put a random name of a planet and say that is what we called our planet?
I think that we need to be as broad as possible so that we have plausible deniability. They seem like they mean business, and I personally would not like to get eaten by that thing.
Ursa Major Space Rock? Yes, yes.
Vinny, can I cast
Yeah.
Detect Magic real quick?
Sure. Are you just as a spell, or
Yeah. No, not with cool.
there's nothing out of the ordinary magical in the room you are currently in?
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna keep it up. I was kind of just checking to make sure there wasn't like divination magic on us or something like that. Like if they're like watching us when no one's around.
Ursa Major Space Rock. Put it down. Captain. Other captain. What was the ship model?
I believe they called it a flying fish.
Yep, you got a flying fish tradesman. Old model, but gets the job done.
And well, I guess it's for all of us. What is the name of our ship?
Considering we skipped out on the destruction of our world, I'm going to propose Fate Skipper.
Or we just call it the Avalon.
I thought we were trying to avoid bringing mention of that, at least for the time being.
When we don't have to put it on a government form, I agree with that. For now, I like Fate Skipper.
Well, I don't think it would bring as much attention to us as you're thinking. I mean, the captain here has heard of it, and it seems like it's just an old legend.
Yes, but we're
He's
already...
right. We're talking almost 1,000 years ago from the sounds of it.
Yes, but from the sounds of it, they're already taking particular interest in our case, and the less things that we can tie to our actual
Location.
origin, I think the better.
Right.
I agree. Amongst us, it's the Avalon, a reminder of home and what we're fighting for. For official documentation, I'd prefer the less references to anything regardless of how vague they may be.
Fair enough.
Fate Skipper it is, at least for the form. Yes?
Come in.
The door opens up, and a small figure walks in, and you can tell it is a goblin. A goblin walks in carrying what looks like a mug of something, takes a sip of it, hops up on the chair, and hold on. takes a long sip of it, and you can see that a small thing floats in behind him.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, it's a fucking spectator.
I don't like that. That's
You
like-
see, it looks like a tiny little green ball with a big eye in the middle, and these 4 little tendrils with other eyes that kind of wiggle at the top, but the whole thing is about the size of a large softball. And it kind of hovers behind him, and he sits down and goes, alright, Thrycreen told me about your case, sounds pretty interesting. Pleasure to meet you. Who's the captain here?
That would be me, Captain Jack Butcher.
Alright, first of all, we're gonna get this out of the way. Yes, I am a goblin. I'm good at my job. I get it. The no gods, no masters thing, it's fine. I chose this life. Second, Jack Butcher. What, you got the form filled out for me?
Yeah, as I hand it over.
And you can see, and as you kind of hand it over, he had a little like satchel with him, and he throws a couple papers on there, and then he puts a little like nameplate in front of him, and he goes, there we go. Now it's my desk, and and he goes, all right, let's see what we got. So, Thrycreen, he was Steve, right? That's who you were working with.
Yeah, Steve was what he called himself.
Says you're not from around here, huh?
No, we're far ways from home.
Yeah, I can tell that. I was looking at this sheet here. Your home planet. I don't recognize it.
Well, to be fair, we don't really know what it would be called here.
What did you write on the sheet?
Didn't you
Ursa
Ursa
Major Space Rock.
That's what you wrote, Connor?
Yep. I went with more descriptors because, well, our name for it probably wouldn't even be registered in your database.
Hey, give it a shot. What's it called? What do you call it?
I am going to say the gnomish word for earth, like dirt.
All right. You can see he writes something. He pulls out a little quill and ink and writes something down. All right. That's something. So I'm sure we'll figure something out. You happen to know what star it was? Your home system was orbiting.
Russell?
What star does Ursa Major?
Well, Ursa Major is a group of stars, so any star within that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just pick one. Like if you're just gonna make one up, like pick one of the random ones.
I want to be accurate. Alioth.
Give me a deception check.
Nice.
Alright, didn't think there was any settlements out that far, but that's fine. So, alright then, tell me. So, what is it brings you to Absalon?
Well, really? We sort of got thrust from our old life into this one, and now we're just a crew trying to get by and trying to figure out our way through the universe. Just
Oh. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that. Okay. It'll help things pass through a little bit. So look on your papers and stuff, on your forms. When I get them pushed through, I'm listing you as adventuring party. We do that. It gets the payment flowing a little quicker, makes it easier to go through. They like those types around here. Just roll with it. You might get some people coming to you with some trying to get you to do things. They might pitch some jobs to you if they hear about it, but don't worry about that. It just means I can get the paperwork done cleared faster. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. A venturing party.
There we go. See, I like this guy. I like how he thinks. Alrighty, so you come in here looking new life. Alright, so and you're the captain. You said your name's Jack Butcher, huh?
Yeah, Captain Jack Butcher.
Alright, Jack Butcher. Okay, you got it. And you can see he holds up the paper to the little behind him, and he goes, "You see that? You got it? Good."
Yeah.
He was holding up to like the little creature that's floating behind him, like he was showing it the paper.
Yeah.
Do I sense any magic now that little thing is here?
Oh yeah, if you still have it up, yeah. This thing's got some magic.
Yeah, it
on
lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, it definitely has some magic on it. It has like several different kinds of magic. You get a little bit of evocation, a little bit of enchantment. It's evocation, enchantment, and oh god, what would this be? Let me check. Evocation, enchantment, and come on, computer. And transmutation.
Gotcha.
And he keeps flipping through it. He goes, "All right, you got a second in command here, first mate I should know about?" Just in case something happens to the captain.
For now, you can call that me.
Hollis, second in
Hollis.
command, Hollis.
Okay, this one. All right, then we'll just mark that down. Just put that there. All right, all right. Basic rules. All right, how long do you think you're gonna be staying in Epsilon?
Month or 2 months.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna need to get registered. All right. So let's see, month or 2 months. We'll just write that down in here. That works for me. Alrighty. How often do you think you're gonna do? You do have your own ship. I was listed as a crew, so you're gonna be using the docks frequently. You're mooring here. You're going in and out. What's it looking like? Are you traders? Are you fighters? What are you doing?
We might be needing to come back for repairs and rest every once in a while, so I would say perhaps a couple times a month.
Okay, we're just gonna. You know what? We're just gonna say frequent dock usage, and we're gonna call it there. That makes things easy. What is your crew experience with magic? The fuck does that mean? What's the experience with magic? Adept? Can you give me a little more? They just let me fill in the blanks here. I need to put something down.
We are very magically trained.
Do you use the spell level system here, or is that a local concept for us?
Yeah, I think I heard of it. It's been a little while, but oh god,
A few of us should be able to cast up to about 4th level spells, a few times a day.
All right, we just looking at standard arcane magic here, or what are we talking here?
I believe arcane for myself. I can't speak for the others.
Okay.
Arcane and primal.
All right. Now, okay, there's an addendum on here. Do you have any experts of divination on board?
Not myself.
No.
Alright,
Caleb,
sorry,
do you cast
I don't-
any divination?
Who?
Caleb?
Justin?
Oh no, he's dead.
He's
made it.
dead.
Oh no.
He's probably asleep.
I
I
can
don't
do.
think he
I
has.
can do a little.
He,
I have,
yeah,
a,
he,
I have a little experience.
he can. I think he can cast some. So
I feel like this
You know
is
what?
one of the things that we shouldn't tell them we can do.
Do we need to disclose
No.
that? I feel
We-
like we don't. I feel like we can lie a little bit.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
hard
we
to
can
lie
cast
about being
maybe-
able to cast magic, but we can definitely lie about divination.
We know 1 to
Yeah.
2 spells. None of us are experts. We've only the barest minimum.
As I am
I
casting
am
one
but
right
a
now.
bird. I am
Right,
but a bird.
right, that
Please
works.
don't attack me.
I'll just put no for now. Any plane or realm shifting magics that Epsilon should be aware of?
No, no.
No.
Nothing
No.
I'm aware of.
I don't
Good,
even know
good.
what that would look like.
I have never done that before.
All right, next page, flip it. All right, you're doing good so far. Doing good. You're making this easy on me. Thank you. Any connections to the plane of air that we should know about?
I don't think so.
No.
None. No. You didn't. I see you got a bird there. Nothing.
That's
I
racist.
cannot fly, and it is something that I would not like to discuss.
All right, you should just be careful with that fucking beak, all right? So,
You can't fly. It's a sensitive subject.
And
You
someone
don't need
better
to.
hold me back because my staff is ready for swinging.
Yeah,
I wanna watch this
as he
Please.
says that, like, I'm dropping a hand to my dagger.
Please don't discriminate
My staff
against
is
my
ready
crew.
to swing, baby.
We heard that everybody was welcome in Epsilon. I'm sorry, were we mistaken in that?
look, buddy, you don't need the weapons here. You really think I came 300 years just to come into some government building to just get stabbed by some schmuck like you? No. No. There are plenty of bugs out there that'll deal with that. So,
Wow,
I'm-
you smug.
look, I'm just warning you. The people in the city, the Empire's done a doozy on them. They don't trust birds, but you ain't got wings. You're probably fine.
Excuse me, my arms are feathered.
I'm sorry, is the Empire made up of birds? We only saw air elementals.
It's the whole Imperium. They're from the plane of air. They think the space and air, same thing. Think it's their right. They got plenty of them birds with them. The Arakakra. I saw the sheet though. Says you're Kenku though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you should be fine.
And I just start squawking.
Hey, look,
Now I'm upset.
buddy, I don't got any problem with it. It's the only thing I'm gonna let you know about. People don't like the Empire around here. Everything else is okay. We even take the Scrow in here, but the Empire's a little iffy. They don't like to listen to the rules, okay?
Squawk.
Speaking of
look
which,
what you done. You made my crew squawk.
speaking of which, I don't think you do, but any of you have any relationship to the Alliance of Scrow?
I don't even know what that is.
All right, I'm just gonna put a note for that one. Then I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, that's that section done. So you all good? We're making progress through that. Let's see what else we got here. I think I could just put a note for this. Yes, for this. Alrighty. I'll see what we can process. But you know what? I think I know enough here. So let's just go over the rules. And look, it's already been an issue. So yes, all right. Epsilon welcomes everybody. You're allowed to stay within Epsilon as long as you follow Epsilon's rules. We try to avoid violence here. Don't be starting any fights that aren't within the Coliseum. Anything that happens with any personal business, try to keep the violence out of it. Obviously, weapons are allowed within the city, but let's just try to keep that to a minimum. All right?
Yeah.
I see y'all pretty well armed, so just I know your types. No piracy within the city, alright? Got it?
You don't have to worry about us.
Any
Alright,
other
good.
laws we should be aware of? So, no fighting outside the Coliseum, no piracy. Anything else?
Being a fucking
Obviously,
bird, apparently.
it's written in here, so I gotta write it down. All that obviously, and he looks over to Russell. I don't have any problem with the Kenku, but any kind of exclusionism or hostility towards members of other species is frowned upon. And he shows the paper, says right here that it includes members of hostile organizations like Air Elementals and Arakakra.
Squawk!
I am also obligated to tell you that the newest members from the most recent sphere that got conjoined within our own are to be welcomed. Do you have any experience with the Drakon?
Drakon. No, I
Yeah.
can't say we
Oh,
have.
only dragons.
Okay, good. That's a good start. If you know what a dragon's like, then you know the Drakon. They kind of look like oh, what do you call them? A mix a dragon with a centaur, and then there you go. That's the Drakon. You see one of them, let them do their thing. Be nice to them. They don't really know how the system works yet. We're trying to incorporate them as best as we can. All right, they're still new to this. Their sphere was, we don't really know what happened to it, but they're here now. So we gotta make them happy. All right. And also, let's see. Also, I'm obligated to tell you that even species that are created intentionally through magical means are considered equals within Epsilon. So that means be nice to the Hadozi too. All right.
Noted.
Good. You got it covered. And look, if you break any of the, and look, I am obligated to tell you that if you break any of the rules, then, let's see, where's the forms? Let's see, violence punishable by death. Just don't get on the bad side of the blackguard, and you'll be fine. Look, let's just get this over with. I can already tell you probably got places to be, don't you?
If there's a tavern we can get to, there's a place calling our name.
Yeah, there probably will be. So let's get these tablets sorted out, and I can go grab those for you. We can get it sorted out, and then we can that'll be good. We can keep in contact, and then we can share information. We're gonna have to get some weekly updates going, but it should be fine. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Sorry, we were also told that you might be able to help us sort out our currency problem, as we weren't on the galactic scale before. We do have gold, but not in the mint of suns.
Oh, what kind of gold coins you got on you?
I'll just hold one out from my purse and say, well, we just call them gold coins.
All right. I got a buddy of mine in the banking office. Is he a good guy? No, so he knows what he's doing. I'll go bring this down to him. I'll see what he says. I'll see if we can get some kind of exchange thing going on. Get you converted over to the Suns, and shouldn't be too bad. They look pretty similar, a little bit smaller, but I suppose we can make it work, right? All right.
Yeah.
Give me. You fine folks just wait here, and I'll be back in a few minutes with the paperwork we need, and I'll get your tablet sorted out for you. All right.
Good. Thank you for all your help. What
And-
was your name?
The name's you can call me Jonathan. The name's Jonathan Gablikian. Good to meet you.
Jonathan Gablinkin. Nice to meet you.
All right. I'll be back with everything in a few minutes. And he walks out.
Does
the little
spectator-
thing go with him? The spectator?
It does. Yeah, it does. It goes with him.
I'm going
just
to,
gonna turn around.
as he leaves, I'm going to tap Russell on the shoulder and go, "Don't worry, he's fucked." I subtle spelled bestow curse on him.
You have to tell the DM these things.
Okay, I would like to have subtle spelled bestow curse. There was just a lot happening.
But what Vinny calls my chicken wings have displayed, and I am fully chicken
Maybe-
winging
Okay,
up this
if better,
Maybe it's not, hold on.
when
Maybe
he
it's not
comes
the best
back, I can do
idea-
it.
Maybe it's not the best idea to curse someone when we're literally just entering here for the first time.
Yeah, well, he didn't call you an ugly bird person.
I don't think he
Just
called you
saying.
that either.
We're trying to be inconspicuous, and that's gonna be very conspicuous.
You know, it would. Ooh.
Russell, I'm sorry you had to go through that, but the faster we get through this, the better. We just need to
You
get
would
through
think,
all this crap.
You would think that after being a tiny little bird person, that these things would not bother you. Ooh, but he mentioned the flying. Hoo. He's gonna get the old 1-2.
Violence
I'm
is
very-
punishable by death. Let's not
I'm
do
very
that.
sensitive about the flying thing.
Well, I
Oh.
like them.
I'll curse him for you at a later date. It seems that we might have to hold off on that for the time being.
She always said it was my problem.
So
Who is
also,
she?
if you guys have anything you want to do, you're gonna be waiting in there for about 20 minutes.
No, I'm just gonna be chicken winging it up.
I smoke a cig.
Oh, mad. Captain, can I have a swig of that flask?
I'll toss over the flask over to Russell.
I have the tiniest sip, and I am pretty much good to go. I am calm as heck.
And after, as you guys are kind of sitting around waiting, it does take about 20 minutes, but he comes back in, and this time you can see that little creature open the door for him, and he is carrying a fairly large wooden crate in two hands, and he drops it down onto the floor with a thud. And he goes, alrighty, I think I got one of those, 6 of them? Yeah, alright. So, we talked everything over, talked to my buddy down in banking. The conversion should be pretty equal. It's, your coins are a little bit smaller than ours, and, not as pure. It's not gonna be 1-to-1.
Then what's it gotta be?
It's gonna be 1-to-2.
We're gonna get it doubled.
Can I cast detect thoughts without the components?
What are the normal components?
Verbal, semantic,
Do you have
material.
subtle spell?
Telepathic lets me do it once a day without components.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So I just want to do that, and then I'm just gonna sort of say, doesn't seem right. I don't think they were half the size of your coins.
And he goes, look, man, I'm just telling you what my buddy down in banking said. Said it's the best they can offer you. And you can hear his thoughts. And he says, God, I hate. And in his mind, you hear, God, I hate dealing with banking. Please don't make me do this anymore. and then also his mind starts, and while he's waiting for an answer, his mind just kind of keeps going, and he goes, oh, God, I gotta go deal with that little asshole down there again too if they make me go back. Fuck.
We can transfer some of ours. We might try to find something to get a better exchange rate later.
Yeah, I mean, good luck to you. It's universal currency for a reason, but hey, take your chances wherever you can get it. So, anyways, I think it seems like you're all on track to be approved. I put down all the check marks. I was gonna help you out. So, now we can get you sorted with these. Now, as you know, as the one, I'm going to be taking up your case. So, for the 2 months that we're going to say 2 months that you're here, I will be your handler. If there's any issues, you come to me. I will deal with them. I will have to check up on you every few weeks just to keep in contact, make sure you haven't broken any laws, everything like that. I don't particularly want to, but it's part of the job. That's what they pay me for. And plus, I got nothing better to do. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Excellent.
What if we are away when we're meant to check in? When you're meant to check on us?
That's what these are for. And he pats the crate that's on the floor.
Fucking knew it.
So he pops that open, and you can see he pulls out a stack of these objects, and they're these like little rectangular metal objects. And as he hands one out to each of you, and he goes, all right, on the form it said you had a depth experience with magic. I assume you know that means how attunement works, right?
Yes.
All right, where's the instructions for these things? All right, congratulations, you are the new owner of your new Epsilon tablet. All right, let me keep going, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here's the part you're gonna need. So, standard procedure, magical item, you're gonna have to take the time. Each one of you is gonna have to attune to it. In order to attune to it, you gotta speak your true name into the thing. Once you do that, then that'll perform the attunement. Once you're attuned to it, all you have to do is speak a command within the tablet, and it will carry out the task to the best of its ability. Every Epsilon tablet is connected to the Epsilon repository that has all the information stored within the Epsilon library. So anything you might need about the city, it should be able to get it to you. Let's see. Oh, if you ask it, it can pull up a map of the entirety of Epsilon, so that ought to help you out because you're new in the city. All you gotta do is ask it, it'll tell you where anything you need is, assuming that it knows where it is and the address is legally listed within the repository. Let's see. And we can skip over this part. I'm looking at that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, magic item. Doesn't use attunement. Oh, yeah, this is the other part you're gonna need. If you speak the name of another person that you know within the tablet, you're able to send them some kind of message as long as they're on the same plane of existence for you. Message has to be 50 words or less. You can send it to them. They have a choice to respond. Message appears within that written on their tablet. Lasts for an hour before it disappears. Sound good?
Yes.
There you go. So I got one of these for each of you. If you pick up any of the crew members, you want them, you need more of these, you can come back to me. I can see what I can do for you. And also, let's see. I have an actual item for this, so I'm gonna start adding this to character sheets.
When Addie gets handed hers, she kind of like holds it like upside down and is like, "What the fuck?"
You're a ranger. You have some magic.
Yeah, but technology.
And he goes, don't worry, look, I can, if you've ever seen illusion magic, I can show you how it works. I can show you on mine. And he reaches into a bag that he has next to the desk, and he pulls out a very, like, the same looking little metal tablet. It pretty much is like the size of an iPad. And he goes, all right, it's Jonathan Goblickian. Show me a map of Epsilon. And you can see that there's a little display that looks like a map. It kind of just appears along the top of the tablet, and it is of the city. And it goes, all right, how do I get to the docks from here? And on that little map, there is a little red line that starts to form as if it was drawn with acrylic ink from the pillar to the docks. See? Always good to have it on you.
Thank you. Suppose, is there anything else we'll be needing to know?
Well, as long as you got those tablets, it's a proof of residency within Epsilon. As long if any of the Blackguard or the Mechanite ask you anything, just show them those, and at least that ought to get you off on the right foot.
All right, good to know.
Yeah, and again, as newcomers to Epsilon, if you have any questions, you can just use your tablets. You can just ask me. Again, the name is Jonathan Goblickian. I'm your agent here. It's my job to get you accustomed to Epsilon. You can ask me or my buddy Steve over out there. He's got one of them too. You can ask us anything you might need. We get paid to help you out even if we don't want to.
Thank you for your wonderful service.
Yeah, of course. And if it's starting to get a little late, if the cycles are getting a little weird, send the messages to Steve. They literally don't sleep. He'll get it at some point.
Noted.
All right. Is there anything else you need?
Well, is there anything else you need to tell us besides where to go get our money exchanged?
Don't piss off the GIF?
I'll try.
You know what a GIF is, right?
No.
Oh, God. All right. You ever seen a hippopotamus?
I've heard tales of hippopotami.
Hippopotamus.
If you see anything that looks like a hippopotamus, try to stay on its good side, or else you might get shot. And he goes, trust me on that one. That's a personal recommendation. I don't have to tell you that one.
Shot with what?
And he goes, what do you mean with what? They're the GIF. They'll shoot you with everything.
Okay.
They're unique. It's a part of their religion, so they get away with it. The Blackguard don't seem to care as much with them, but also I think they might be a little scared of them. But Just don't get on their bad side.
Noted.
And excuse me. You mentioned that you put us down as an adventuring party.
Yep.
While we're here, if we happen to want to play the part, is there any resources or something like that, like bounty boards or something like that?
Let me think. Actually, talk to one of the guys on the ground floor. I think we got an info board around here somewhere. Adventuring parties and mercenaries and such are always in high demand. Now, I didn't put you down as mercenaries. You didn't look like killers to me, but adventuring work is,
Of course not.
it's a, well, it's a unique kind of work. You're new to the city, so there's probably only certain things that are gonna get, thrown at you until you get a bit of a reputation. But why? You trying to get into that line of work? What are you getting at here?
Try to get money.
Yeah, okay. Well, generally with when the adventurers come through here, it's generally a by request thing. But I'm sure if somebody sees that there's a new adventuring party in town and there's somebody looking for them, they might reach out to you, try to get a little something. I did have to include your names on the form that listed you as that adventuring party. So, actually, on your little tablets there, you might get a little notification somebody's interested in you.
Gotcha.
Good to know.
But I guess if you're really desperate, you could always do it the old-fashioned way, and you can, well, you can always go to one of the taverns. I hear the Dragon Skull. There's a lot of your type that goes around there, up in the mid-city.
Dragon School. Navigator, you'll have to bring us there after here.
And
After
he
the
kind of
bank.
he taps the little tablet that's sitting on the desk and goes, "Got an easy way to do it. Don't forget that."
Okay, well, some of us like to feel important.
Hey, I'm a goblin. You're telling me.
And my feathers are very much ruffled at this point.
Hey,
I would
buddy.
like to get out of here now.
Buddy, you don't gotta get all worked up. Trust me, I get it. Do you know how long it took people to get used to having goblins living around in their cities with them? It took a long time. They still kind of send us down to G-Town, but
I'm
hey, at least we
choosing
get to
not
live here.
Respond. I'm choosing not to respond because I don't want to get in trouble.
They're gonna send you to G-Town.
Well, Captain, I think we're finished here.
He's
Yeah,
not a
we'll
goblin.
just-
They're not gonna send him there.
We'll just go exchange our money and be on our way then, if there's nothing else for us.
All right, I'll keep in touch with you. But it was well, it certainly seems like this will be an interesting relationship, if nothing else. You have a bunch of weirdos, but that's what I deal with. I get to deal with all the weirdos.
Same to you.
And ooh, what?
Goodbye.
Oh, I only heard the last syllable. And he kind of opens the door and leads you guys out, and he kind of gives you the directions of how to get back downstairs. The city is yours to explore.
It's
I would like to
also
stop the
late.
ride.
I think this is a
It's
real good
very
place to
late.
stop the session.
I do, in fact, need to teach the future of
Yeah.
America tomorrow.
Also,
Yeah.
I am honored to have met John Goblicon in the flesh.
Goblickian. It's Goblickian.
Yep, John Goblicon.
But yeah, so now you guys are within the city, so there's a lot for you to check out in here. There's multiple places. I will put one of these tablets in each of your inventories. You each can use it.
Okay.
Really quick, just generic question. Like, do we have a goal?
Fixed time.
Fixed
we gotta
time.
get back
Yeah.
to the past.
Okay, so
I think
very
in the
broad.
meantime,
We're-
it's just fighting racism from bird people.
Yeah, this is Back to the Future 3. Down to the racist bird people and everything.
Honestly, it's very much like the Doctor Who timeline that Vincent and I just watched. So I feel like it's a mix between Back to the Future 3, Doctor Who, and racist bird people.
Well, actually, they're racist against the bird people.
Well, you know.
Also, just wait, Zach, are you still recording or did you end it?
Still recording. I can stop
really
though.
hope
Okay.
you end.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can end it. There was like a